Welcome everybody to the Monday Night Wave. This is your daily dose of wrestling meets hip hop. I would say lo-fi, but as of last week, that kind of shifted a little bit. For the best, I thought it was great. A lot of people loved the beat last week. I go by Jay, music producer for about 13, 14 years, avid wrestling fan, and I'm pass it off to my host, Go for a Hero.
Welcome, everybody. It's your mother's favorite heel, the wild card, the king of gorgeous hero, and Lone Moxley. I got a question for you.
Go for it.
What do you want to pot about, baby?
Okay. So yesterday I sent him a question for the pod. And I think I'm gonna start doing this every Friday, just kind of like get your ideas on some things. But today's question of the pod is, who is on your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers?
Yeah. Very tough question, very subjective question, but I think I have an answer.
Absolutely.
All right. So when I was thinking about it, so originally when you asked me, I was like, do I answer this in just like the greatest wrestlers of all time based off of business and sales and yada yada yada? Do I base this off of my personal four favorites, which I'm sure would upset the crowd? And then I was like, let me see if I can combine it and just like
Okay.
So the way I was choosing was like promos, whether like storytelling as far as in-ring storytelling with their in-ring work or storytelling via the promo, just overall impact. And the last category was I call it the butterfly effect, where it's like if you took this wrestler out of the timeline, like they never existed, how much would that change the landscape of wrestling? If that makes sense.
Ooh.
So
okay, I like that.
So my top four, my four choices, because again, this is subjective. Like people can bring up people from the '60s, yada yada, but the four that I chose is HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold, Steve Austin, The Undertaker,
Dead man for sure,
and it's time to go to work, John Cena.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are the four that I'm choosing. Honorable mention, I had Daniel Bryan Danielson, because he's one of those people
Okay.
who I feel like he could wrestle a piece of paper and it will be a 5-star match.
Easily.
Yeah, and anyone could say Ric Flair. I feel like that's an easy choice. Problematic, but easy. Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those were the four that I chose because I feel like if you take Undertaker out, you don't get the streak stuff. You don't get a lot of the cool shit like him putting over Lesnar. A lot of stuff. The Kane brother relationship.
Right.
HBK. I mean, he's one of the greatest in-ring workers of all time. I feel like that goes without saying. And then Stone Cold, he made it cool to beat up your boss. Like he was very impactful in so many ways. And then John Cena, like at that point in time, it was cool to hate him. Like when I got back into wrestling, it was cool to hate him because he used to bury people and 5 moves of death, all the other stuff. But I feel like if you took him out, like he never existed. Like this man broke the record for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like he
did. Yeah.
He was a superhero for the longest time. So all the negativity aside with the Super Cena stuff, like John Cena is very impactful to the game. So those are the four that I chose.
What's crazy about that is that going through my list, I agree with the ones you had on your Mount Rushmore, but we only have one that is the same, which is very fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start off with the one that we have the same, which is John Cena. I feel like John Cena is like, you take him out that timeline. WWE's in a very rough spot without John Cena. You lose Brock, Rock, Hogan. Like, who's carrying the company? Also, side tangent on my list. I know you can go HBK and Ric Flair and Hogan and whatnot, but I personally went with people that like made an impact on me watching wrestling, and I can't give you an entire history of '95 Shawn Michaels if I wasn't like really tuned in like that.
No, I feel it.
But I will give reasons on why I have my list. Next on my list, so John Cena. Number 2 is Rey Mysterio.
Hey.
Um,
Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y.
REY. What? Yes, bro. Rey Mysterio made it like at the time all I knew was big buff like white dude wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Rey Mysterio come in and be somebody smaller in the luchador aspect, like the character style, like his like attire, like um Ray is just a legend to me, just in that sense of like character and the charisma that he has. Um, three is Brian Danielson.
Hey, okay.
Your honorable mention makes my list. Um, just because once again, undeniable fact to have like the whole world push for you.
Yeah.
Like we see yes chants in like weddings, like yes chants
Yeah.
are everywhere.
Yeah. Every
So
promotion. Yeah.
yes,
Like
like
doesn't matter what side of the country, people will be like, "C, C, C." You know,
you see.
yeah. Yeah.
But it's crazy because like if you think about Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan, is that like he wasn't truly charismatic. Like he didn't really have like a character that was like loud. It was just people believing in who he was. And on top of that, he's a phenomenal wrestler. Every match you put him in, it's a solid match.
Yeah.
Um
Absolutely.
and last one, problematic, but I have my reasonings. Uh and maybe not even problematic, but I have my reasons. Kenny Omega.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
got
that's no
Kenny.
problem.
Um reason for Kenny is that outside of WWE, he was making some of the most noise in Japan. Like this
Absolutely.
one dude was like, he was almost like a ghost. Like who the hell is Kenny Omega? Who is this person making this much noise overseas? And you see him wrestle, and you're like, oh, this guy's good. I remember 2019 when I think his contract had came up, and I was like, man, I hope WWE picks up Kenny Omega. Like that'd be really fucking cool because Kenny's like the one of the best in the world, and to see him over on WWE, like that'd have been great. Fast forward, they get we get All Elite, which is still great. But I think for somebody to make a change outside of WWE and still like be like present in like today's timeline of wrestling, yeah, you're a go for me.
I feel that. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
To piggyback off that, like when I got back into wrestling again, yeah, it was like 2015. My first Kenny Omega match, I want to say was like in 2017, 2018. It was
Mm-hmm.
before it was when Cody was in the Bullet Club. He fought Okada. So like my first Kenny match was Okada and Kenny 2, I think,
Oh,
which
you
was
came out with
crazy.
something crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was something crazy. But like, so before that, like that was a name that I kept hearing about him. Like, I it's like, who the hell is Kenny Omega? Like, I heard like it's one of those names. Is like, yeah, you just kept hearing, and I finally saw a
Right.
match, and I was like, oh, this is what people are talking about. I
This is
see.
what they're talking about.
I see the
Yeah.
vision now. I get it. Yeah. So, those are
Yeah.
great choices.
Kenny's great. I think what picked me up and what got me on Kenny was yes, early matches I saw, but I only saw clips because you can't watch New Japan anywhere. Like
Yeah,
this
man.
wasn't. I don't know where the fuck you gonna watch New Japan
You
at.
need a VPN and pirate.
Yes,
You need a Somalia hookup.
for sure. But I think it was. I can't remember the year. It was early, maybe like 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. Was the Daniel Kenny match that ended in a draw, and I was like, oh yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure. Like, dude is just once again, you put two people who can wrestle against a piece of paper in the ring for 30 minutes, you're gonna get something fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. I like the list that we came up with. I like the
Let's go.
reasons behind them. These are very, very solid lists. For all the listeners out there, we want to know who your Mount Rushmore wrestlers is. It doesn't matter what people say. You ain't got to have John Cena in there. It could be whoever. If you got Santino Marella in your, Mount Rushmore, you got Santino Marella. All right, it's all
Yeah.
right. That's what it is. All
Absolutely.
right, let's get into it. What we got. What we got today.
All right. So yeah, let's just it was a good news week. Not as crazy as last week, but still pretty good. Let's just get this one out of the way. It looks like Okada watch is over as well. He seems AEW bound, which depending on what side of the fence you on, that's a good thing. It was kind of predictable. I don't know why some people were upset. I thought it was pretty predictable. I mean, I personally would have liked to see him in the E just because of the different matchups that could have been
Right.
possible. But a bag with a lighter schedule and being around some homies, like I mean, that's a pretty easy choice. So you can't really front him on that. since speaking of Okada and Omega or just a second ago, how do you feel about it?
Um, I, all the stuff I heard is like I don't know if it's true or not. Just stuff I'm reading. If
Yeah.
what I heard was true, to where like he doesn't have to move to like Florida, he can still stay in Japan, like live in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great, like, that's what you want. You don't want to be too far away from your family or your comfort to where he has to fly in maybe, once a month or twice a month or 3 times a month and still be able to go back home. Like that's, and you still get it back. Like that's what you want. You want like work life balance,
Yeah.
you want to be able to, like, you want to have that flexibility to where I know a lot of people who do get transplanted into like Florida or Orlando in particular, it's very hard for them to adjust to the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Um, of
Different
course,
culture.
WWE would have made it. Yeah, like it's just a lot. Like WWE would have done as much as they can to make them as comfortable as possible. But think about, like, we're dropping you into Florida and you're traveling heavy, so you're never really getting used to where you're at. Like, you're just bouncing from place to place. Aside from the logistics side of it for Okada, I'm excited because uh, AEW has a lot of dream matches I want to see with Okada. Once again, not being able to watch New Japan Pro, like I haven't really seen a lot of. I think they call him the Rainmaker. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot of him. I just seen clips. I've seen little like 30-second pop ups on Twitter. But to now to have like okay, we can get Okada Daniel, Okada Moxley, Okada Kenny again. Will Ospreay's going to be there.
Yeah.
Like you got a lot of one-on-one matches that I think that AEW is going to like, sell a lot of like, pay-per-views on for sure.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think. I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah. It's not. It. Yeah. I guess you can't say it was official, but it seems like it's pretty official-ish
It's
that he's
heavily
gonna go there.
rumored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he shows up at the Edo, I wouldn't be mad.
That'd be crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, Okada popping up on NXT would be nuts.
Right, and
I
like
like,
that's why some
yeah.
of the backlash was there because it's like he's too good for NXT, and it's like the reason why he would go to NXT and it would probably only be for like maybe a month or two is so that they could get used to being in America,
Right.
and get because you got to buy a house, you gotta get your visa and all that other stuff and get used to it. So I like that's why I feel like Shinsuke was in New Japan or not new NXT for like 2 months, and it's because let these people get situated in America for a hot second before you start sending them around the country on a daily day-to-day basis. But
Right.
and the matchup like Okada versus Roman, Okada versus Seth versus AJ versus Nakamura versus Gunther, those excite me more than seeing him fight people that he's already fought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
but as long as they book him like the person he is, I think it'll be fine. And then like him versus MJF, that should be good. Him if Malachi Black gets a damn singles match, that would be
Tony,
fire.
release the Black. Tony, this is from me to you, man. I love AEW, but release the Black, man. Let him go. Let him go wrestle single. Okay, I don't mean release him from the company, unless that's what he wants. But let him go fight, man. House of Black is dope. I love them as a faction, but Malachi Black, he need to be out there kicking people in the head.
Please. So okay, so I was gonna go into. All right, so let's just get this one out of the way. Charlotte Flair is a freak in nature.
Nah, yeah,
She's definitely a mutant, and we need to be studying her. If I didn't know she had a brain above her head, I would be like, is she seeing Aaron Rodgers, doctor? But she seems smarter than that. So she's looking
Charlotte
good.
Flair hid out in the cave. She was in
Oh,
the cave
man.
of darkness.
Ayahuasca and damn flute music, smoking Andre's album, which Andre's album is good. But yeah, no, she's been posting videos. She might be back by SummerSlam easily, based on the videos that we're seeing. She's looking great in her recovery.
She is looking, like you said, a freak of nature. However, if I'm like, H, and I'm looking at the business, I'm protecting you from you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You are recovering really fast, and I respect that. But we're not about to like just get you back into the mix just yet. Like, I understand you might be ready, but we need to see how this properly fully heals, because nobody wants to have you come out and something else happens. But yeah, very, very impressed with what I'm seeing. Like, it's nuts. This is an ACL injury. Like this takes, I think they said like 6 to a year, maybe a year and a half. Like
I think it's either 6 to 8 or 8 to a year, I think, or something like that.
like and that's not including like the rehab process of that. Like she's already like doing knee workouts and shit. Like
Yeah,
that's tough, bro.
yeah,
Very tough.
and suicides and shit, damn near,
Yeah, like
which is
what are we
wild.
doing?
Yeah,
Dancing at weddings. Like you dancing at weddings on your leg. Like that's crazy.
yeah. And speaking of close return, or not close returns, but someone who looks healthy, Ray. It's looking like Ray is getting prepped for a return soon, which hopefully makes sense because it was when he first got injured. It was estimated that he'd probably be back by Mania, which it seems like that's why they keep slowly cooking this LWO versus Legado feud. So hopefully Ray returns and we'll get like a 6-man or 8-man or whatever the hell.
I didn't even know Ray was injured. I thought Ray was just taking a break.
Oh no, yeah, he got yeah, that was one of the reasons why he switched the belt to Paul. But yeah, no, he was injured.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a work. Yeah, it was a shoot injury, but no, he was actually injured. So then, yeah. And then so on the good side of that comes the bad side. For whatever reason, through multiple companies, we're getting a lot of different injuries. Julia Hart is apparently injured. Willer Yuta's apparently injured. I don't know the severity of these injuries, but that sucks. And prayers up to you guys. Hopefully, you guys return soon.
Absolutely.
Shotzi just got injured
Yeah,
during
that
the
one
taping.
hurt.
Yeah, that hurt because she was about to have a chamber match last night or a
Right.
qualifier match. Probably wouldn't have won based on who she was going to face, but it's still TV time and
Realistically,
whatnot. Whatever.
we're being honest about it.
You
That's probably what was going to happen.
Nikita Lyons from NXT, she got injured again. She just got back. I don't know what her injury is. It might be those vocal cords from those terrible songs, but
Oh my god.
I love Nikita. And then Jeff Hardy in a taping with Sammy Guevara. Looks like Sammy broke Jeff's nose, and he looked concussed as hell.
Yeah. Okay. So like with the Sammy and Jeff one, I watched the match that's on my list of like stuff that I watched this week. I want to say that like it doesn't look good that like it's Sammy and a Hardy. Like he's had spots with both Hardy boys now where it's like it's probably not the best.
Yeah, he's almost killed both.
Respectfully, yeah. But with this match in particular, there was Sammy's doing I think it's a moonsault off the top of the rope. He drifts to the right a little bit, and then Jeff is trying to block it with his knee. You know how people block the air assault with the knees. Once he blocked with his knee, it kind of like tipped Sammy into his face. And it's not saying that like Sammy couldn't have controlled himself, because he could have a little bit better. I don't know personally. I've never been in the ring, so I don't know how hard it is to perfectly land a fucking moonsault. Right. But he drifted to the right a little bit. Jeff blocks the knee. Knee comes into Jeff's face, and it was just like blood everywhere. I don't think he did it intentionally, nor would I say that like, man, you are just, an unsafe worker, rah, 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 because we all know that the business is very dangerous.
Right.
Like it is what it is. I will just say that like they don't look too great. It looked like you got a vendetta against Hardys, but and truth be told, he probably has a lot of love and respect for the Hardys. It's just that we got to stop having Jeff and them do these hardcore matches. This is like they be going off the walls. Cause I think the Matt spot was like Matt fell off something onto like the concrete or something like that.
Oh yeah,
like,
when
going for a table
with the Matt one, yeah, they were on a ladder, and it was like one of those. It wasn't an Anarchy in the Arena type match, but they were fighting backstage, and yeah, he was on a ladder, and yeah, essentially his head bounced off of concrete, like
off the concrete,
no protection at all. Yeah. I don't think Sammy is a malicious person. As far as I don't think he's doing it intentionally, but it does look funny in the light. But honestly, it looks more funny in the light for AEW's as a whole, because like the match continued, and there's been multiple matches where people are clearly concussed, and instead of throwing up the X and just canceling the match, you're making them continue. And that is putting more harm on them in the longer run than it does just in the short run. And that's the part that I have issue with, because the match seemed to continue. I don't remember how long, but it seemed to continue.
It didn't continue that long afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they should have put a pin right there and then
Just finished it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I definitely agree with like the safetyness of it. Like, if you got, bro, throw up the ads. It is what it is. Like, somebody's concussed and they out, throw it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. And that nigga's like 46, bro. They're like, come on, now
But
we gotta protect
like,
him.
yo, I was gonna say some shit, but I'm gonna let it slide.
No, I'm the bad
Yeah,
guy.
like
I'll say the rude fucked up things.
Yeah, throw it up, get him out of there. Safety is everything. Especially with these older dudes, because like this is where shit really starts to like pop up. You don't want to see Jeff, or God forbid Jeff, in like 10 years, like he can't remember shit. We want to protect as much people as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
So then 2 more things real quick. All right. So I'm gonna do this one first. Post Malone seems to be the music guy for the 2K, which I'm indifferent about.
Bright are the sun.
Like, I don't dislike Posty, but I'm not the hugest fan of Posty. And based off the track list, ain't no Bad Bunny. Like, what's going on here?
Money, man. This shit costs, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we want Bad Bunny, but Bad Bunny gotta clear the samples.
We can get Chimbia on there, man.
With Post, I don't have nothing against it. I heard he's gonna be a playable character.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
No,
Okay.
that's true. That came out around the same time with that news. Yeah, he is going to be essentially exactly what happened with Bad Bunny. Although Bad Bunny was in the last 2 games, but essentially the same shit with Bad Bunny. Where, yeah, I think it's a pre-order. It's either pre-order or DLC, but yeah, you get to play as Posty.
That's not bad. I like that. I like the celebrities being in the wrestling matches. It makes it a little bit fun. What I'm curious about is that, like, because I've seen that they're doing like the whole like 2K ratings on these matches.
Mm-hmm.
Does 2K like live update overalls, or are you just stuck at a 74 for the entire year?
They do not like so like you can critique them yourself if you want to, but no, it's not
Okay.
like the NBA 2K where if like the Miz had a 5 match run where he won, then all of a sudden he gets bumped up.
I think they should add that, because
They
I
should
see
add
like Zelina like at a 74. I think she's like a 74 or something like that. And it's like, that's not her fault that she's a 74. It's like it's how like you're booked and how you're looked at. Like,
that.
so I
Right.
feel like it's a little lopsided with the ratings in WWE games, because it's like you can't control your overall if you're not like winning matches.
Yeah, like
Comparatively to like the NBA, like if fucking LeBron's having a great year, he's going to be a 99. But if he's having a bad season, he drops it down to overall. Like, he can
Yeah.
control that.
Shoot, I think Madden changes it game by game or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Because
Yeah,
I remember DT was telling me about one of his cornerbacks. Like they got like 2 interceptions one game, and then a couple days later it was updated, and he's like an 89 in reception now, or something like that.
yeah.
Like,
I think like live
could do that.
updates would be cool, because also like Jake Paul's a 90, which is like, huh?
Yeah,
A 90?
I love Paul, but don't know why he's a 90. And like Miz is 81. Granted, like I was saying last week, Miz only won like 5 matches all last year, but that's still the Miz. Damn it, 2-time Grand Slam champion. Let's put some damn respect.
Okay, I got some though. Like, so hypothetically, if Jake or Logan Paul is a 90, what do you put Solo if Solo hasn't won anything since Cena? Does Solo get a 74?
So
If Solo come out and he's like an 86, I'm gonna be like, yo, it's kind of look a little funny in the light. He ain't won nothing yet.
honestly,
He ain't won.
Honestly, I bet he is an 86. I'm willing to bet he is an 86 because
Yeah, I don't like that.
Granted,
Fugazi.
granted, yeah, he hasn't won a match on TV in a minute. I wouldn't be surprised. Because okay, last year Jimmy was 89 and Jay was like a 90 or something like that. They were like 2 points different. So I wouldn't be surprised if like Jimmy is like an 88 and then Solo's 87, or if it's something similar to that.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see.
We gonna see. We'll see.
we should make a game of betting what people's overall is. So,
That'd be kind of crazy. I like that. I like that. We can do that for sure.
And then the last thing I have is okay. So so it came out, because at first I thought it was fake, because I was like, this sounds like a skit, but it came out that the CMLL and the AEW deal, which is weird as fuck, that they made a deal that. Well, how about, can you take this one over? Because
so it looks like the CMLL, the rumor at the time, the story at the time was that CMLL was only allowing their superstars, which are Latino, Latinx superstars, to wrestle on AEW, but AEW cannot have any of its Latino, Latinx superstars wrestle on the same show. I read that shit and I was like, this can't be right.
Right.
This
I thought
sounds
this was
dumb as fuck. This shit sounds crazy. Like, nah. And it wasn't just like, you can have your own talent on the show. So it's like, no Penta, like Lucha Bros are heavily on, AEW. So it's like, why would we do that? But then it came out that like it was definitely false because there was some facts that were brought out that like Commander had performed on the same show as them. It's just I think they can't be booked in angles against each other. If that's not, I think that was the correct thing that I read, that CMLL wrestlers can't be booked against each other. They always have to be together, or
Okay.
something like that.
Well, I'm gonna still get my joke off. Okay, so because the way I saw it, it looked like CMLL hit them with that Snoopy, that Charlie Brown, that
no Mexicans allowed.
Oh my god!
Please don't clip that, y'all.
Gracious.
I'm an ally. I'm just saying that article was funny.
That was Hero. That wasn't Jay. That was Hero. For just all the listeners,
don't
that's
clip
him.
It. Don't clip it.
That's him. He's him.
Do not isolate that footage.
Yeah, it was definitely a little weird. I'm glad that it was a rumor and it was false, because that shit just sounds stupid. I don't know why as a promotion you would like agree to that. Because it just isolates your fan group. It makes it seem like you put them above who you have in your roster, and that's bullshit. Because, and personally, like I said, Lucha Bros Penta's probably top 3 my favorite wrestler in AEW. Like,
yeah, Penta's
not having him on the show because of another promotion just sounds dumb. I get that there's politics involved. There's deeper politics in the whole CMLL AAA stuff that I don't even know about. But they got some beef over there, and as long as it doesn't affect AEW like a lot, I'm cool.
Yeah. I'm glad that didn't turn out to be at least entirely true. And was it just supposed to be Dynamite, or was it all, or was it the other 2 shows also? That's
it was all shows.
Oh yeah, see.
Yeah.
That would be very. I mean, Tony's done some weird stuff, but that would be super weird to be like, yeah, we'll do a partnership with a name that, like, respectfully, I'd never heard of. I mean, I've heard of AAA, but I've never heard of CMLL. So it's like to put all your actual talent on the bench just for a little cross promotion would be weird to me. But,
it would be, but I understand Tony's big thing is that he wants to he wants to have all the wrestling factions or wrestling promotions like be together and work as one, because it does in turn help the business overall.
Oh, absolutely.
So I get that there's lines that you got to cross a little bit just to make, the end goal. But this was one of those ones where I was like, I hope it's not true.
Yeah, because that would be upsetting. Like, if I was Penta and I'm like, I've been here for 4 years straight, I was a tag team champion, trios champion, yada, and you got me here catering, so some random nigga who I don't know can wrestle.
Don't play, because like, don't make mad, bro. Don't make Lucha Bros mad, because you got Penta and Legado, and that jumps that faction by 100, bro. Like,
Phoenix is fire, and Commander,
like Ray Phoenix. Yeah, Lucha Bros, solid dudes. Love them guys.
Solid. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the news for the week. We can hop into the shows if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna kick it off. It's Monday. We're Raw.
They get straight to the action. It reminds me of the Paul Heyman era. It pretty much starts with New Day and Jay versus Imperium, which I like.
Yeah,
I like. Let's get straight to the violence. We don't need an opening promo every single show. I like the switch up. I like how they switch it up. Good match. I said C's were planted for Jay's single run. I took a bunch of notes on this, but yeah, how'd you feel about this opening match?
I thought the match was great. I thought that like it's good to see, the rivalry still like growing with like New Day and Imperium, and then the side rivalry of Jay versus Gunther, which I think is a pretty solid like contender for the IC championship.
Yep.
Anybody else before, I was kind of like, well, I don't really see them beating Gunther, but this is the first one I'm like, Jay might get this shit. Like, it's a huge possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I was going up for Chad Gable at the time, but he wasn't he was not ready at that moment. But the Chad Gable Gunther matches were fire. I thought he was a good contender, but I'm planting my flag down. Like I said last week, I think Jay is going to be the one to do it. Hopefully, take this title. But so one of my favorite things about this match, which I'm surprised it's not being memed, it's not being memed enough actually. Is when Jay slaps the shit out of Gunther.
The dog shit out of him, bro.
It was the walk before the slap that gets me.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it was the walk. It's like, let me just slap the fuck out you.
Like the note I took down, because like I gotta be transparent. Okay, so we know that Raw is a 3-hour show. Now this month I've been doing grand jury, so like these shows have been a little harder. So my notes, like, they start off super detailed and they like slowly digress. But I wrote Jay slaps Gunther like he said he didn't like the Chronic album, and I think that was an accurate quote.
I was in my head. I was like, he slapped him like a disrespectful cat. It's like, oh, you not gonna give me no catnip, nigga. It was fucking funny, man. That shit was great.
Yeah, I love it. It needs to be meme more, just like how they meme Cody's angry walk. I need to see more memes of that. The Sonic rings,
yeah, absolutely.
I need to see more of that. But they made Jay look super strong. They made Gunther look like the general that he is, because he even asked for the tag at one point. He's like, nah, fuck that. Tag me in now. I'm into this.
Right.
Shit.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, man. Gunther took everyone out. Jay kicked out still. That was a cool kick out. And then I mean, it ends with Gino Giovanni getting pinned, which was pretty written in the stars. But overall, like, that was a great 6-man.
Yeah.
The tags.
It's
the tag division is going up every week. The stock is rising.
It is. We're seeing it. We're seeing it rise.
Good ass tag matches, and they're getting time. And again, we would not have this in the VKM era.
No, absolutely not. One side tangent I would like to say about this match is that I love Jay's like variation of the Samoan drop. His is like a one-arm version of Samoan drop, which is really dope. I like seeing wrestlers take like really classic moves and just putting their own little spin on it, just to make it like unique to them. It's like, a Samoan drop is going to be in your like movesault because you are Samoan. Shout out to the Usos. But to just switch yours up a little bit, I'm gonna do Ma's one arm or something like that. I think like Umaga had the pop up Samoan drop where he was like throw motherfuckers up and then fall back. Like,
pop up Samoan drop.
I love seeing that. It is fire. I love seeing like variations of really classic moves.
Yeah. Okay, so then after that, it sets up for the next match. We get straight into 2 matches. We get Bobby with the niggas in suits versus Kaiju Bronson Reed. Then we get
Kaiju Bronson Reed.
Well,
That's funny.
Hey, I mean, if you saw the gimmick, they're setting up that little background thing. He's
knocking buildings over and
knocking
shit.
buildings down and shit. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is audio medium. Y'all couldn't see what I was doing. We get so before that match though, we get a commercial break, and then after that we get an Andrade promo, which was fire. And he's speaking his shit. His English is a lot better. Not that he needs to speak
way
English,
better,
but his English is it's way better. And he was like, yeah, man, I had to leave to find myself, and now I found myself, and I'm back. Let's get this action.
In my notes, I got in all caps, just push Andrade. Like, somebody push this man, because this man can work. He's a great worker. He has the charisma. Like,
has a moveset. I love his moveset,
bro. Moveset is crazy. Like, just push Andrade. I don't care where Andrade is at. Like, he's a great talent to have. I'm tired of everybody sitting on him. I will say that AEW didn't do a great job with him. I hope H can like put him in some decent spots, because like he deserves it, man. The dude is good.
Yeah. Oh man. Now him versus Gunther would be fire too. Now I think about. I mean, I still want Jay to. That's the one Jay to take.
Your head up real quick. let me get Andrade and Ilya. Let me see that.
Hey,
come on. Let me throw that out there. Let me get that real quick.
I'm here for it. I'll be here.
Yo, H, holla at your boy. I got booking.
Yeah. So then the match happens. Bobby versus Kaiju, and this was the first entrance where the Street Profits came out with him and Bree. Is it Bree? What's her name?
No, B-Fab.
B-Fab. Jesus. And then B-Fab comes out. And they look good together. And the match was fire. You know, it was two big boys, two meaty men bumping meat. Love it. Yeah, I don't really have many.
Meat.
I don't really have many notes on that. It was just.
I got a couple. This is number 2 on my match of the week, so this is runner up for sure. Because there was a lot of good spots. Like for two big dudes to get in the ring, the way they was working, like it was pretty solid. Both of them took pretty hard spots from each other. There was I think some kind of like top rope slam from Bobby that was just wild that I seen. My only takeaway from this is that it wasn't like this was an elim qualifier match, and you know it is in Perth, which I believe is in Australia.
Yes.
And I thought like, was it the right push or right move to not push Bronson Reed into this because this is where he's from? But I think I saw that like he was like his wife or somebody was pregnant, and so like he was trying to stay like, you know, he might be wanting to stay closer to home, which is fine. I did leave a side note where I was like, fuck all that. I need to see this man force his way into the elim, you know, similar to how like, you know, we've seen people get injured before the show and then somebody else comes to take the spot. Because I think Bronson Reed is great. However, I wouldn't do that if Bronson Reed was not going to win. It would waste the whole momentum of something. But I do think he should have some kind of like something to do over there. Like he's also a good talent.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's a good talent. He's one of the better rehire or resigns that Triple H did when he took over.
Definitely.
If you asked me last week, or even just before Raw, I would have put money that Bronson was going to Elimination Chambers simply based off the fact that yes, he was Australian. But then I did see that same thing. That was like, yeah, his wife is pregnant, so it's probably his call to, you know, just try to stay close to home or whatever.
And I respect that.
Yeah, and yeah, if that's the case, I absolutely respect that. So I don't. Assuming the attendance does what the attendance has already been doing, Perth is pretty solid. There was a digital audio. It looks like Roman might even show up, so that's going to even sell even more tickets if the tickets are already sold out. So in saying all that, they're going to go back to Australia at some point. It sucks that It sucks that he has to miss this chance because this is a really big opportunity. But hey, I mean, it's his child, so if that's can't.
I
don't know much to say about it. You know,
like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, there's nothing you can do about it, yo.
Yeah, you know, would you come back? I mean, he wasn't going to win anyway. So what? You come back and you lost, and
that's what I'm saying.
And your wife is mad at you. Nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth the anger.
You come back home, you got wife and baby on the couch looking at you like you didn't win.
Yeah,
like, I feel it.
We get some cool new graphics again. We see like it sets up because Sammy versus Shinsuke for later tonight. You see Sammy in blue, Shinsuke in red. Cool graphics. Every week they keep adding more and more to like different camera angles, different graphics for the characters. And then we get a second Sammy promo, which I wrote. It's very Mankind-esque. I don't remember what you know from the old days, but there was like Mankind used to cut promos in like boiler rooms or empty
boiler rooms,
in empty arenas. And this is the second Sammy promo where he's in an empty arena, just sitting in a chair talking to Kathy or whoever. And then as he's doing that, Shinsuke comes up on the big screen talking his shit, talking good shit, just talking shit. I love it. I just love it. And that's what sets up the match for later.
Yeah, I'm just curious with Sammy because I'm still not like completely sold on like Sammy. There are like I'm 50-50, yo. Like I believe in it, but there has to be some kind of like character change, not extreme. I'm not saying Sammy got to come in here with, you know, the mask and become El Generico. I'm not looking for that, but I'm just looking for just like an attitude push, like just a slight change in his current character.
Yeah, no, and I think they're building up to that. Like I hinted, like I think they're gonna try to make him they're going to make him like that super ultimate sympathetic baby face who's never won the big one. Again, similar to like Cody's type stuff, but way different. Because Sammy's been here for a long time. He's had some single titles. He's had the tag titles. He beat the Usos and yada yada. But yeah, I think they're gonna make him a sympathetic babyface, and I think his big win will probably be over heel Drew because he's never beat Drew. But we'll see.
Do we talk about? Because we know Money in the Bank's in Canada. Did we say Sammy was gonna win the Money in the Bank?
Oh yeah, no.
Did we put that on the bingo card?
As soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, Sammy win him. I mean, if not Sammy, then KO. Otherwise, who? I don't know.
One of them. It might be Sammy. Like, okay, let's say hypothetical. Let's just paint some real quick. Side tangent. Mm-hmm. Let's say Cody does beat Roman and Cody got the belt. Let's say Seth keeps his belt. Sammy wins Money in the Bank. Like, you have a good pathway with either or. Like, Sammy versus Cody is great. Sammy versus Seth is going to be great. Like, I think that's a nice, option that you have.
Right.
So
yeah. So last week I said he was going to win it if he's in it. Honestly, I feel like so KO he's big enough to where he doesn't need the case. Like he can go get a title shot. You can book a title shot with him and it'll be realistic because he's a multi-time champion. Sammy, I feel like he also doesn't need the case technically, especially if he's babyface Sammy, because he's the type to win the case and then tell you when he's gonna cash it in. Which personally, I don't like when people do that. I don't know.
Right.
Although it is,
I like the surprise cash.
Yeah. Although it's heroic and noble, so I understand that why like baby faces do it, like because it's supposed to be noble and heroic or whatever.
I need that. I need that Radar Superstar cash in.
Yeah, no, but
down and beating in the corner, sweating. I need to see the spear come out. 1, 2, 3. Crowd mad.
Yeah, no. For me, it's like soon as you're done with the match, you're sweating. You get hit with the head of the briefcase from behind. You cash in. I hit you with my finisher. Let's get this money.
Yeah,
but
didn't that how Seth got his? Seth got his like that, right? Off of Roman. I think at Mania.
But yeah, the match wasn't over, so technically it was a triple threat.
Okay.
But yeah, he pinned Roman to do it. He stomped his head in.
Okay,
it was glorious. But I'm just stretching now because all right. So we're just gonna go past a little bit. So Cody comes out. Great promo. He does a good callback to Pat McAfee, asking where he should stick the chicken nuggies out, which is hilarious. Man. And then Pat just like sinking back in the chair. I think he said, "Stick him in your ass" or something like that.
I think he said, "Stick him." Yo, it's crazy. That promo on with Pat from Rock was nuts. Yeah. But I do like that they're crossing the line. They're crossing that, or I think they call it breaking the fourth wall or some shit like that.
Like they're blurring the lines a little bit, so that's because. Yeah, they're blurring the lines a little bit, so it's hard to tell what's kayfabe and what's not. And that's what makes wrestling good. Like when it's like, oh shit, was this real? Was that fight real? Was that like when Seth was mad when CM Punk came out and it was like during Survivor Series and it's like, was that anger
we were all
real?
Speculating.
Yeah. He comes out, great callback. Cody he was commanded the crowd. He was running the crowd. He didn't say anything. And he was like, I didn't say anything bad about your family, which was facts. He was like, Rock, you hit me, which means I have to hit you. Some other shit. It was funny. It was good shit. But then the Drip God comes out. And
that boy Seth is amazing.
I'm gonna have to turn my mic down a little bit. Because I'm about to cut a promo myself real quick.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
Okay,
get it off.
Quick. Seth comes out, Drip God becomes all right. I never in the rest of my wrestling life want to hear anybody say that Seth cannot cut a motherfucking promo. That promo that guy Seth the shit that he spit. First of all, that should have been what he said from day one. Instead of that pick me shit, he should have said this from the jump. But they had to tell some story, whatever. That's my nigga. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Colby motherfucking Lopez, Seth freaking Rollins, the Architect, the Kingslayer, the Beast Slayer, the dead. He is a fucking visionary. He is revolutionary. I don't ever want to hear y'all talk bad about my guy again. He came out. Oh, he laughs too much. He came out with the drip and spoke some real ass shit. I'm gonna help you out. I'm the only one that's suitable to be your shield, my guy, because I created a monster, and now that monster has a second head that's full of muscle and can't sing and needs to go record a movie. But guess what? He's taking our goddamn spot. So how about this? How about I step his? Woo! Okay, all right.
Okay.
Seth freaking Rollins.
What can I say? What can I say besides you're welcome? So with this promo from Seth, I mean, imagination starts running. I started thinking about like certain shit because like I think in my notes I have Seth is sick of the bullshit.
Yeah.
He's sick of seeing like Roman run on top, like you this big dog that can't be stopped and whatnot. But he also said that like I create this monster, I got to take him out. XYZ. My thing is that does Seth's anger sabotage Cody? The fact that you like, I gotta kill this monster. If you're not gonna kill him, I gotta go do it. Yeah, I want you. You're gonna need my help to do it. But could that potentially get in the way of Cody hitting his shot?
No,
like
no.
So like I'm just throwing shit out.
No, that's the purpose of our podcast, baby. That's the purpose of having fun and fantasy booking. I seen the tinfoil hats. It's like, oh, stuff is gonna turn on him or something, or even maybe just
because we know your boy's a great heel.
Hey,
he's a great heel.
He's an amazing heel. He's a better heel. But on Monday, this is what we call motherfucking bars. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry for everybody's ears.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
No. I don't. Yeah. No. I don't think it's gonna. Okay. So I rewatched it twice. Okay. Just that promo. I rewatched it twice before we hopped on. And like he he's passionate and like he's like, yeah, you. He literally like he says you might be the only person really up to this job. But what is your plan? And that's when he's like, yo, man, like last year you did great. You did good, but you got screwed over by X, Y, and Z. And you fought all the way back to win this shit again and do it. But what's your plan? And it's like now The Rock, like if you lose this, Roman's going to take less dates. If you lose this, Roman's going to defend his title less. If you lose this, like the power vacuum gets crazier. The brass ring is higher. The yada so I don't think he's going to. So based off of that, I don't think he's going to allow his emotion or anything to sabotage that because at this character right now, he really wants to elevate this business, and it like the best way to do that is that like his eyes are open now. The best way to do that is if you're the champion too, and if we're both the champion. We're going to be putting on banger matches. We're going to be showing up every week. We're not going to be here every other fucking 3 months or something like that.
But Seth is also an individual motherfucker, bro. Yeah. He don't really care about the group. He will cut a motherfucker.
He will.
This is proven in history.
Yeah.
So I see that, like, yeah, the idea of having two working champions on both shows, it makes the ecosystem better. We're killing WWE. But at the same time, you still the same motherfucker that wanted to fight this dude because you didn't think I was ready. You didn't think I was worth it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to be on your side for a little bit. I'm going to help you get to as close as you want to your goal. And as soon as you want to do that pin, I'm going to curve stomp your ass. Like, so there's a lot of things that like I could see going either way. Yeah. I love the fact that we don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Yeah. Like anything could fucking happen. But we're going to see if, the team up with Cody works. And is that enough? Do we feel that like that's enough to go against the bloodline right now who has Rock, Roman, Solo, Jimmy? Like that's still heavy. You still need a couple people to kind of even the odds out.
Yeah, I mean, he could always ask Jay. Sammy might be able to help. I mean, there is a chance that Cody could form the Avengers for this. There is a chance,
which is what you're gonna need.
But I mean, there's been some foreshadowing on the other show. And, there's a lot of people on their tinfoil hats saying that Rock might cost Roman's loss. And, like, this whole that whole thing with Roman and Cody this is all over. Like, I don't know, man.
I got that speculation on the Raw segment or SmackDown segment. SmackDown, I got a whole other speculation.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, so we'll move on. I had to get that shit off, though. Please never disrespect Daniel Rollins ever again. Not
I'm
you.
gonna put the Chief Keef like intro over that. You remember that beef? Chief Keef he been hot since I don't know when. Like that's what that was. You was cutting a promo. That's exactly what that was.
I just need put some respect on my boy's name. All right, he be wearing his wife's clothes. If that's the only insult y'all got, y'all got to step this shit up. My man, he slayed the beast. He slayed the king. All right, like he is an architect. He built.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we looking at Seth, like he not that guy. I don't like Seth got something up his sleeve, man. I'm just gonna say that
He should have something. He's the architect.
I'm foreshadowing. He got something up his sleeve, bro. Like you think this shit about to be sweet? It's not.
Yeah, man. I think he's gonna let Cody win, and then he'll stomp both of them. If he's a real agent,
that might be the case.
Hey, that's what I do. But I'm a real agent of chaos. I'll burn everything down.
That like. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
No.
Both y'all can get this stomp.
Yeah. So okay. New Day and Jay have a good backstage promo. It was funny. Yeet. Well, actually, I was just thinking, if you're Jay, that means I have to be Jimmy. So no yeet. Anyway.
all right. Fuck, man. That's funny.
So the next we get Liv versus Zoe.
Yeah.
Which was a good match. Zoe's a good worker.
This is one of Zoe's better match.
Yeah.
I did like this match from Zoe.
Yeah, Liv wins, which is to me was right. Like that was easy, and
we knew.
Yeah, and it makes like let's say Becky is like because I believe Becky's going to win this, but the Chamber. So let's say. Like that just adds the odds against. I mean, adds the odds against anybody. Like because Bianca won the Chamber before. Bianca is a multi-time women's champion. Bianca's fucking amazing. And then you got Liv in the Chamber, and then Becky's in there, and then yeah, man, the women's Chamber is looking good. Yeah, Liv and Zoe was a good match. Do you have anything else to say about it? Or?
Everybody has their beef with Rhea.
Yeah.
Like everybody in that match, like well, not everybody, but a good 3 out of the 6, like they got something to prove, and all of them could have banger fucking Mania matches. So it's like you get Bianca Rhea, we've been wanting that for for a long time. For we still want to see that. That's women's division, Rock and Triple H. Like
they've been. That
sets up their history.
Yeah, they've been planting that seed for a while,
forever,
for a long while.
You can get Becky Rhea, which is still gonna be a banger match. I'm down for that too. If you give me, Liv and Rhea, and Liv is on some nut shit, like this is like a way more motivated Liv, I'm cool with that too. So so far, I think we only know it's Naomi, Bianca, Liv, Stratton, and Becky. We're missing one spot right now, right?
Missing one spot, and all those women have won the world's title except for Tiffany, who was at least NXT Women's Champion. So so far every woman except for Tiffany is a champion, prior champion to some degree.
Women's Chamber has me more like in tune than the men's one. I'm way more locked in on the women's one for sure.
I'm super locked in on this one. Even though I feel like I know who's going to win, or at least who I want to win, it's still so exciting just because like that's some real star. I mean, the men's have star power too, but there's two people who I like. Look, we'll get into it, but yeah, both matches are going to be good. I'm locked in for this women's one for sure right now.
Absolutely.
And so after that, we get a backstage. It says, wrote JD kicks out R-Truth, sets up a match. R-Truth finally gets the picture. He's like, "Oh, I'm really not in this gang," and he tries to call Miz while his music is playing. He tries to call Miz, like, "Yo, I need some help, dog. Miz, they're gonna kill me."
Miz, he passes the phone off to the ref, like, "If he call back, let me know."
Right. And the funny thing is, his phone was even on. My wife caught that. Which is, it's but we get it. I mean, it's TV.
We get it. It's exactly.
It's like there's an episode of Game of Thrones where you saw Starbucks cup and stuff. There's just random shit like that.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That's funny.
Like goddamn. Which was a fun match. Nothing to like write home about. It was mostly character stuff, but it was a suitable match. And then,
it was a decent match. Like I didn't leave the match with anything. I like JD's finisher. JD's finisher is really dope.
Yeah.
But what like this is just minor setup for the big story of Judgment Day, which I think we're coming into Judgment Day's like fall apart. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's like yo, Money in the Bank's in July. It's like Priest got to use that briefcase pretty soon.
Yeah.
Tag team belts is a little hot right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Truth ends up helping out, whoever wins the tag team belts. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It was probably
So okay.
Did they announce Elimination Chambers tag yet? Is that locked in?
Yeah, it's
Is it DL? Is it Pete Dune and?
yeah, which they got a new name,
Okay.
New Catch Republic. So yeah, I think they fight in Perth. There's between now and then, there's probably going to be an 8-man. Is it? Yeah, an 8-man. It's probably DIY, probably DIY and Awesome Truth versus all of Judgment Day. I can see that happening. I still think this is setting up for our Truth to possibly, or the Awesome Truth to possibly dethrone them. But I do think like they've been planting the seeds for over a year now, or at least since Money in the Bank, they've been planting the seeds that Damien's probably like. I don't think Judgment Day is going to end. I think they're going to kick him out. And my fantasy booking is that they kick Priest out and replace him with Drew. But that's a pipe dream fantasy thing. But they are setting up. Eventually, they will break up. Or at least I think Priest is going to go. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, because I think he's going to get faced
for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
Because like let's say like replacing Drew and Judgment Day, like that does change the dynamic a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it makes it interesting for me because I know Drew and actually your boy hasn't re-signed yet. Like we haven't got any contract extensions from either one of those. So we're gonna see like how that works. Like Mania's coming up, and this is a time where you kind of figure out whether or not you want to be in the WWE. I would only speculate that they're throwing out like options to like try to keep Drew to stay. I think especially with the injuries that happened to that, they really are heavily leaning into Drew into some of these storylines because like you lost a couple of your guys right now. So very interesting. I do like Drew and Judgment Day. I think that'd be dope. I think he fits as like a leader.
Yeah, like if he was to go in there, then he would be the actual leader, and then Rhea would be number 2 instead of like this everyone's a leader type of thing. Even though we know Mommy's really controlling it.
I like Rhea as a leader too. It's cool to see the woman be the leader of the faction. She is the most dominant superstar in that group.
I'm here for that too. I mean, even if Drew did replace Damien, if they just had a day where they officially was like, yes, Rhea is the leader, I'm here for it. I don't give a damn who's in the group. Honestly, I mean,
sure,
Finn, got to keep Finn. But
where does a Judgment Day? If Judgment Day disbands, what does that do with Dom? Like, how do you see Dom being pushed with no Judgment Day?
Oh man, you put him in a tag with Logan Paul.
And have the world hate everybody. That's crazy.
Or you keep him around Rhea and you do the Eddie Guerrero China thing for a little bit. I'll be here for that too.
It's just interesting because like Dom has mad heat, like absurd amount of heat. Like nobody likes Dom to the point to where I wouldn't be mad if Dom was able to like sneak like a beloved champion. Like if Dom end up getting speculation, if Dom ends up getting the title from like Gunther, you know how hot the world would be. Like you beat the guy that 600 days. Like there's no way you're supposed to beat him. Granted, I don't see Dom pinning Seth or Roman, but like just somebody beloved, like if he snuck one and continued to rise with that heat, that'd be great. But as far as other like future storylines for Dom, I don't have anything. I don't know what you would do with him.
He's still young. Honestly, I keep him next to Rhea as long as possible.
That makes sense.
Just because like that's where most of the heat started coming from, was just seeing them together. Like even though like, and I don't, not to sound like horny man, but I've been saying like they should kiss at least once on camera, just one time. It doesn't have to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but that was something I was proposing for a while, just because that would even generate more heat. Because the reason why people started booing Dom in the first place after he beat up his deadbeat father, was because he's hanging out with Rhea, and Rhea, everyone loves Rhea. So, but
I think I see what you mean, because it would like solidify like the relationship and whatnot. But I also think it could kind of also like take away some of the power that Rhea has. Like Rhea doesn't really need anybody. She don't really need the love angle. Like
no,
y'all make this up in your head, which makes it like, you know, the best thing possible. But I don't think that angle does anything for Rhea in particular besides just confirm that, oh, they are in like a relationship.
No,
Truth be told, some of these motherfuckers like the whole "no, don't kiss me, just beat me" kind of relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you're getting at.
Step on me.
The whole yeah. So like people are okay with that. I think this works a lot better than like the actual lovey-dovey or like caring part of it. Some dudes just want to be stepped on.
Yeah, no, and it's too late now. But like early in the relationship, I was like, all they need is
I'm gonna name the pod that. That's this episode. If some dudes want to be stepped on, that's gonna be the name of the episode.
Step on me. All right, so after that, we get a Cody Sammy backstage promo. Cody's like, "Hey man, I always believe in you, yada yada. It was good babyface stuff." Also, I think another seed for was like, "Hey man, you know, I might need your help when we got to fight Thanos in 2 months," type of thing. And then after that, we get another promo. Becky comes out, spitting hot fire, and then Nia comes out, and I'm still riding high on the Nia train. It went too long for me.
Yeah,
because like
yeah,
Nia like with the baby voice, like acting like she was going to cry, and I was like, it was probably 2 minutes too long.
I didn't need that. Yeah, I didn't need that.
It was cringe. I'm like, come on, man, just get to the point where we punch her in the face. Just punch her in the face.
Yeah, we know where this is going.
Yeah, no, I literally wrote the crying is killing me. It was just real. It just went on too long. But then Rhea comes out, and then we get some violence, and Rhea gets the slight upper hand, but clearly Nia Jax still looks way stronger than what Rhea looks currently. And then if you notice, like Rhea and Becky don't touch, like they don't even look like they're gonna touch, and they're saving it, and that's what makes the build so much better, because it's like they could have attacked each other too. They could have just got into a fight, and then all of a sudden it's a triple threat or some bullshit that happens in wrestling all the time. But no, they're like, no, I'm not even gonna touch you. He's like, I want you, you want me, but we are not touching until this date. Do
you think at the end of like the match in Elimination Chamber, where, you know, let's say we know Rhea's gonna pin Nia, and then like say that like encounter for Rhea holding the belt in the middle of the ring, Becky's music hits, and you should get that you
get that face off
pop right
and then
in there.
You stare at the sign, and that's how you end Perth.
I think that we're on the same path. Yep. I think that's where they're probably gonna go with that.
Nia and Rhea fight. Yeah, Becky they don't touch. And then fast forward, we get a Drew promo, and Drew he's been doing great. Like, he hasn't stopped doing great. Do not remember what the promo was exactly about.
No, I'm looking over these notes, like my notes, and like they have a lot of promos, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep up with a lot of this talking. Like, there's a lot of promos.
Yeah.
And most of it just be the same shit. Drew just want to be a menace. He's talking about how, like, you know, he's trying to get into that main event picture, have his spot back, you know. And I don't know if it was this week's promo or last week's promo, to where he's talking about, like, you know, his moment got stolen too. He got to finish the story and yada yada. Like, we know what Drew's objective is. It's just now you keep talking about it. Are you gonna, like, you know, do it? Like,
right.
Is that what's in the cards for you?
I know he's got to finish his story, but I got to finish mine too.
God damn it, man. Fuck.
So after that,
then we got the DIY DX promo from Truth.
Yeah. Or no, that was last week, was that? Or did he do that again?
No, that was
Oh no, that was this.
No, this week. He got saved. Remember, they jumped him in the JD match. He got jumped, and DIY came out to, like, save him. Right. And he goes backstage, and he's like, Triple H or Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he calls him
Triple
DX.
Man, who'd have thought I got saved by DX?
Shit is so fucking ridiculous.
How's Road Dogg?
Bro, I just saw.
Never mind. I got 2 words for you. Nah, man, thank you.
Bro, it's so good, so good. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I saw a tweet.
Yeah, man, I love Truth, man. Like Truth's doing a phenomenal job. I love the fact that DIY is, climbing up the ranks. Like I said, like last week, the whole "we are" it's moving me. Like we just got to split the belts up. It's time.
Yeah, it's
Get
time.
them split.
Um,
Get them split.
So I'm not going to at this person because I don't know if they're a good person or not. But they, they. Well, I don't want to like put someone on our.
No,
yeah,
I respect
yeah,
it. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you.
I don't know what they their Twitter history is like.
I ask you, come out, you be a full blown Nazi. I don't want that on my pod.
For real. But they did make a tweet and it was like, okay, so in our truth's mind, Drew Gulak is Randy Orton, Dominic Mysterio is two people, Ciampa is Triple H, Gargano is HBK, Maurice is Carmella, and Kevin Owens is The Miz. And it's like, and then John Cena is his childhood hero, even though he's older than John Cena.
That shit is so
and
funny.
just random shit like that, and it's like it's stuff like that. It's like that's why R-Truth is amazing.
It's also amazing because he's one of the few superstars. He's actually the only superstar I know that like he has John Cena's moveset.
Yeah,
like, and it works. Like anybody else does John Cena's move, it's like boo. We don't want to see this. But Truth can go out there and 5-knuckle shuffle, and it's like the biggest pop ever because it's funny, Like you don't really see older wrestlers get influenced by somebody younger and then implement their movesets in their match as if it was their own. Like,
and the younger dude don't even wrestle anymore like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love it, yo.
This is good shit.
I love Truth, man. Truth was great.
So next match we get LA Knight versus Ivar for a elimination qualifier match. It was a pretty solid match. I'm huge on Ivar. I've been an LA Knight fan. His in-ring is not the greatest, but he's still extremely talented and very interesting to watch, and keeps my intrigue all the time.
I don't like the fact that we're starting something completely brand new for LA Knight again. I think for me, like I think the smart move would have been to have him go against AJ and continue that feud because like you're still riding hot with the momentum. Not saying there's nothing wrong with him facing Ivar for Elimination Chamber match, but I don't know if LA Knight wins the Elimination Chamber match. I think it would be dope to see him to go to the Mania, but I don't know if that's the move they want to or they want to go with.
No, bro. More than likely, Drew's winning.
It's either Drew or Randy. That's my two guesses. Is that if those two are the ones that like I could see go with it. Definitely, probably more so Drew than Randy. But once again, I lost my momentum with LA Knight because they keep changing his direction. Like, what are we doing? Like,
well, he was getting such a push. I mean, or not put. Okay, so the fans loved him so much for a couple of months, to where they felt like they had to put him in the top card for a little bit, and he was. He had 2 matches technically against Roman. Now he's back to the mid card. I mean, he's qualifying for a top card match, but I highly doubt he's going to win the Chamber. Right. So right now, like he was floating in top card, and now he's going. I think he's slowly going to go back to mid card, which is going to eventually lead him to Logan versus LA Knight for Mania. Which, since Logan, spoiler alert, Logan gets in the match and LA Knight gets in this match, I think that's going to set up their feud for Mania. And then LA Knight's first title is going to be the United States title.
I can get down with that because if there's anybody who can go, bar for bar with Logan Paul on the mic, it would be LA Knight.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah, no,
promo wise that works.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like it's weird that I do agree that it seemed like they were gonna do him and AJ a little longer pause, but yeah, no, I think based off of like the background or the backstage moment in SmackDown with AJ and OC, I think they're starting to pivot, or they're starting to go a different direction, and they're going to slowly try to set up LA versus Logan for Mania.
Yeah, I can see that.
Seems like
that I'm cool with that too. It's just like I hate being invested in something and then like just it doesn't pay off, And I don't even know, like not every payoff is a title win, but just something that keeps their momentum like trending, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be careful. You about to be called a Cody Crybaby in a second.
That's funny. Stick them chicken nuggets up. That's funny.
And then after
About
that,
this match though,
yeah.
just there was some cool spots in here. Ivor has a double like underhook. Somebody has a double underhook power bomb. The spot was fucking great. I need to start putting names next to these notes. I just be like typing down. That was a dope spot.
Yeah,
this was the move.
Same.
Last question before we get out of this match is what does Valhalla do? What is the purpose of Valhalla?
Well,
respectfully.
Okay. I have nothing respectfully to say. Besides, she likes to walk out with no shoes on and get Michael Cole horny with her horns. Other than that, she's there is no purpose. The purpose is getting a paycheck so that her child can eat because her son or her husband
that's the ultimate goal.
Is on IR.
That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate goal.
But she's not she's not the great in the ring. She hasn't been that great in the ring. I mean, she was fine in Riot Squad, but she was still the weakest link in Riot Squad. I mean, she at this point she's there for the character work, which her character work is fine. So, but she's just there to scream.
That's true.
And scream and get Cole horny. That's it.
Scream, come out with the horns.
Yeah.
Wear black face paint and be barefoot.
Dirty ass feet. She's a red hat wearer, so I can only say so many nice things about her character.
God damn it, bro. But I love the honesty. I love it. I love it. I love that this is it. You gotta be completely honest with the shit, yo. I love that. Dirty feet out. Oh fuck.
But Ivar can
so,
only go up. Honestly, and I mean, I love Viking Raiders as a tag team, and I hope homie does recover because I think he had a neck infusion surgery type thing. I think it was something serious. So, if he comes back and they can do the tag, I'm here for it. But Ivar has been proven week after week that he could easily be a good solo star, and I want to see him in Gunther before Gunther drops his shit at some point. Ivar, he has the moveset, he has the charisma, like he could easily be a single star, and I think he's been proving it the last couple, or ever since homie got injured. I think he's been proving it, and good job for Ivar, man. Like, praise up.
Yeah, Ivar definitely. It's hard for tag teams to carry momentum by themselves, and Ivar does a really good job at doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually very hard to keep your team relevant while the other one's out.
And it's cool that they're letting him do that too, because 9 times out of 10, no matter
they shelf you.
Yeah, no matter what the promotion is, they'll probably shelf you. Yeah, because your teammate's injured, so what the fuck are we gonna do with you? But he's been given the chance to cook, and he's been, he could easily be a top star. He could easily be a top star in a couple of years. He's definitely, he definitely, at some point, he deserves a singles title because he has been putting in work. And speaking of him real quick, how it came out with his vertical leap, that shit, the man's an athlete.
Yeah, bro, man, it's crazy. This said man jumping 38, he had 38-inch vert. That's fucking nuts, bro. But that explains the fucking moonsaults and shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have a vert to do that kind of shit, bro.
Yeah,
especially to do that with his weight on top of that. He's not like a little dude flipping like that.
No.
This motherfucking probably 300 doing flips like that.
Yeah.
Dude is solid, phenomenal athlete, yo.
Oh yeah. So Night wins. Night wins, and then we get the main event, which is Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Side note: Shinsuke's first match I seen was against Sami. I think it was the NXT pay-per-view. I think it was somewhere in Texas.
Yep.
Is it Austin or Dallas? I think it was Dallas.
Banger.
And that match is fire.
That was my first introduction.
Fire ass match
to Shinsuke, and I was like, yep.
That's one of those ones you can go back and watch and still feel just as entertained because it was that good of a fucking match.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was very good to see them, do this on the big screen, on the main stage. It's just I don't know. Like, loved it in NXT. Very happy that you got to do it on Raw, but I wasn't as entertained in this match this time around. And I get it. Not every match is like for you, and I know I'm in the minority for sure, but uh, I don't know. I felt like something was missing. I do like the fact that, like, his character is changing in front of us. Like, we are going to get that change. I just don't know what to expect. I know that you can expect the win because they're not going to give it to Shinsuke. I knew going in there wasn't going to give it to Shinsuke, but I don't like having that feeling. I want to go in and it's like, okay, well, why can't Shinsuke not win? Why can't he, get this win and be put over a little bit? Right now, I feel like everybody's like evil villain is Shinsuke. Shinsuke is currently the Mojo Jojo.
Well, Nakamura won this
Every
match.
Powerpuff Girl coming in and getting their hands on him.
Yeah.
Did he win this?
Yeah.
No, I thought Sammy won this match.
No, Nakamura won.
Bro, I'm bugging then. I swear I thought Sammy won this match.
He delivered a King Shasa to the back of Sammy's head.
There's no fucking way.
I'm looking at the Bleacher Report right now.
There's no.
Yeah, no. Nakamura won, and then Drew. Yeah, because Drew came out for the distraction, and that's how Nakamura won. And then Drew and Nakamura start beating up Sammy, and then Cody comes out, which sets up for next week where we get Cody versus Drew McIntyre, which I am excited for.
Well, a wise man once said, "My bad, y'all." My My bad, dog. My bad.
That's great.
That's fucking crazy. I definitely thought, damn, that means I did not pay attention to that finish. My fault for like disrespecting the game.
Yeah, so there's.
I swear to God. That's crazy.
Before we go to Dynamite, so it looks like thus far confirmed next week. So far confirmed for next week, Jay versus Gunther for the IC, which I'm sure Jimmy or something's going to happen for that. Cody versus Drew, and then DIY and R-Truth versus Judgment Day. And then there's a last chance battle royale to fill the final woman's spot. So those are all the confirmed.
Is this the Jade spot?
That's if Jade takes it. It's
because we haven't seen Jade since Rumble, right? Like
no.
We've seen spots of her in promos and whatnot, but
yeah, she's still trying to decide where she wants to sign to right now. Because we see her on SmackDown, and Aldis is still trying to sign her, and she was like, these numbers ain't looking right. Essentially, she didn't say that, but essentially, she did. Well, I'll wait till we get to SmackDown, but she did say two words that was like my eyebrows instantly raised, and my wife's eyebrows instantly raised, and I want to know if you caught it. But that's it for Raw. If you want to go into AEW.
Dynamite was this was for me a mid Dynamite. Typically I like most Dynamites. This one's definitely it was okay. It was serviceable for sure. It kicks off with Mox versus Dax
in the plumber match,
which is a great match.
Yeah, the plumber match.
The plumber match. For sure.
Two plumbers on Jack Daniels just beating each other up.
Just hammer each other. It's like, what was it, Peter Griffin the chicken?
Yeah,
it was out there just beating the hell out of each other. I think it was a good match.
Dax Hardwood. I mean, FTR is I've been a fan of FTR even before when they were the Revival. FTR is good, and Dax is surprisingly a good singles wrestler.
And I think this match also had a time limit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think it was like a 15-minute time limit. So for like the final like 3 minutes, they were just bashing each other, just trying to get somebody to like go down, which ends up resulting in Mox putting him in like a sleeper and gets him to like tap out. I also know I'm a sucker for the sleeper finishes. But we also got to like, not everybody can have a sleeper finish.
No,
but then again, Mox is a submission guy. Joe's a submission guy. Like, I get it. It also saves people from, looking like they got pinned. But let's just hold back a little bit.
I mean,
Maybe
use
spread them
arm bar,
apart.
nigga. There's others
There's other ways to there's other ways to do that.
Dean Malenko's the he knows 1,000, and then Chris Jericho said he knew 1,003 submission moves or some shit.
Let's utilize. Seeing a nigga like pass out from like a bear hug, like I'm cool with that. Like something different.
I haven't seen something like that in a while.
Like just
bear hug,
choking nigga out with a bear hug. That's crazy,
man.
In my notes, this is a good old Graps kind of match. It's just wrestling. This is just like I said, plumber, old school, slapjack,
no flips,
just Kentucky
fist.
wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's literally what it was. It's kind of ironic.
But yeah, it was a time match.
They did have a spot. They had a spot.
They said 5 minutes left.
Yeah. There was a spot where I didn't like. It was the whole dog headbutt thing, where it's like both of them all fours and they just throwing their heads against each other. And I'm just like,
yeah, man,
I don't like it.
It's too Caucasian for me, my brother.
I don't like it, man. It was like this match was great, and I saw them get on all fours and just bump heads, and I'm like, okay, get up. Get on your feet, man. Let's get this over with.
That's where the chop exchange, like at least with chop exchanges, is like you could hear the. And
I'm cool with chop exchanges.
No, I like chop exchanges. I'm just that shit. Would you describe? I need to.
The headbutts. It just wasn't for me. Mox gets the win with the sub. It sets up next week. They're doing Mox Claudio versus FTR on Dynamite, which I think should be a banger match. Once again, a good old Graps wrestling match. Hashtag Graps and Raps. You're gonna get some good shit in that one for sure. Yeah, I think that in the future they may do the full maybe BCC, maybe Claudio, Mox, Daniel versus FTR and somebody. Maybe if they haven't done that already, they should keep doing it because these guys have great chemistry together. After that, we get the Don Callis comes out, and not comes out, but he has a promo spot where he's talking about Konosuke, and who he has to fight. There's nobody. There's nobody to challenge him. There's nobody that he's looking in the back. He's not seeing nobody. For Revolution, he comes out and says that at Revolution is going to be Konosuke versus Will Ospreay,
the Alpha versus,
which are two members of the Don Callis family going at it on Revolution. And I think that's gonna be dope too.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a lot of Will Ospreay, but from what they say about Will Ospreay, like he is one of the ones.
Yeah, he's British. He's British Ricochet, essentially.
British Ricochet.
Yeah, like he has a bunch of flips, a bunch of cool moves. He has a little more muscle, I want to say, than Ricochet, but essentially he's British Ricochet. And they had some matches together too, where it looked like a Smash Brothers match where like both people are at 100% and just the craziest shit is going down for like 10 minutes, and it's like who the fuck is gonna get who's gonna get knocked off screen. They had a good match. Yeah, I think speaking on this, because you said that both these people are in the Callis family. I think this might be Will's way of slightly getting out to be his own man, but we'll see. Because I feel like they're gonna because similar to how you were talking about Okada, like Pac, Pac. I'm gonna call him Pac, but Pac. Him and Ospreay, they have similar deals to where they can stay home and they don't have to be in America as much. So what was my point with this? I guess I think because Ospreay is a big player, I would imagine he will be up for a title when Wembley comes around again. So I feel like this is probably their way to like phase him out of the family, possibly. Because otherwise, why is two members of the family fighting just to say, oh, this is the best match? That doesn't make any sense. So I feel like
just really showcase that we've got the real wrestlers over here. I'm gonna have you fight, your homie. Like, I get it.
That doesn't make any
sense. It could be a way out.
Yeah, I think it's a way out. They're gonna like jump him and be like, you never come to town or some shit.
Dang, man, like it's a lot of a lot of good speculation with like Will Ospreay and Okada, and like just how that's going to change the dynamic of like AEW. Um, just whether or not like who falls to the back burner, because I don't like seeing talent fall to the back burner. I will come out also and say that Tony, we got to figure out a more non-convoluted way to get more superstars shown. A side note with that is that I did this week I bought Honor Club, which is like the $10 a month for Ring of Honor, and a lot of the AEW talent I was looking for is on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
A lot of people I was like, where is Athena? Like, where's she at? She's on Honor Club. Like Nyla Rose, where's Nyla? She's on Ring of Honor right now. And I watched some of the matches, and they're fucking amazing. Like, they're really, really good matches. It's just crazy that they're blocked behind the barrier of Ring of Honor. Side note over. Next match was Wardlow squash match. Wardlow's finally back. Wearing a big knee brace, so he definitely tweaked something. Took some time, came back. Looking strong. Powerbomb looking as unique as ever. Also figured out something about myself. I am what you would call a hoe for power bombs.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who throws a power bomb. It's gonna pop me every time. Pause. That sounds crazy.
No,
but
I feel it.
Is like Wardlow going to be the shield for Adam Cole when MJF comes back? Because Wardlow also has some history with MJF. We all know that when MJF does come back, he's going directly after Adam Cole. Like, that would make the most sense. I wouldn't have MJF make a side tangent and go fight somebody over here. Like, no, you're going to come after the guy who was your best friend, you trusted, and in the end, he just screwed you over.
Right.
So it's just going to be interesting to see, like, will Wardlow be that first line of defense for Adam Cole?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's I would assume, but like when you Undisputed Kingdom first cut the promo, and then Adam was like, Wardlow's gonna win the title and he's gonna give it straight to me. Like, you could see the seeds being planted there, where Wardlow gave him the side eye. Like, nigga, please, I didn't just join my 8th faction to be another bitch. So yeah, I mean,
I've been down this road before.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. But yeah, no, like before MJF left and stuff, Wardlow did cut a promo. Like, before the devil was revealed, Wardlow cut a promo, and he's like, "I'm coming after you. I'm going to take everything from you." And that never happened. So I'm assuming that they had to put that on the back burner for other reasons. But when MJF returns, assuming he returns, which I'm assuming he would, I think that bidding war stuff is just a smoke screen.
His character.
I think it's just a smoke screen. I don't think he's going to the E. I think he's going to stay with AEW. But yeah,
I don't think MJF fits the E. If I'm being completely honest, I think that like MJF at his core is better when he can be unfiltered. You can't be unfiltered in WWE. Like, your promos won't hit the same like for MJF, because he gets a lot of his pop value off of the shit that he says. Not saying he's not a great wrestler, because he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But like, if you can't come out here and call somebody a slut, it's not gonna, like, your character don't really have much more than that. It's a lot of shock value shit that he says that, like, makes it work for him in AEW.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think he could. I think it could work on the other one. But yeah, it's the edgelord shit that people love. It's the edgelord shit that, for me, which is why, like, for a long time I was like okay with him. I like his face run. Honestly, his face run was a little more entertaining to me.
You're talking about this last current run, right?
Yeah, he's good on the mic regardless. I just don't like the edgelord shit. I don't like the low hanging fruit. Oh, your dad was a drug addict and your mom's a whore. Like, to me, those. I mean, although that might pop the crowd, to me, like, I mean, just the kind of shit that Gunther said the other week, that's just as spicy to me, and it hits just as hard to me, instead of, like, bringing up someone's dead father or something. But either way, yes, to answer the question, I think MJF has to go after United Kingdom, Undisputed Kingdom, like, first.
You got to go after the whole UK.
Take the queen. Oh wait, she's already taken. You crumpet eaters.
Fuck, man. This man is on everybody's neck. He said, "I don't like your beans and toast."
No, dude, beans and toast is absolutely ridiculous. I do like tea though.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
So yeah, after that we get a little footage from earlier with the EVPs landing in a jet, so still wearing the blood-soaked white clothes,
Which is
dirty.
I like it. I like it. It's gross, but I like it. It's like, you niggas is nasty, but
man,
good heel work.
I at least hope you washed your body and put the clothes back on afterwards. You know. All right, yeah. So, rated R superstar versus Daniel Garcia. Walk me through this one.
So it's Cope versus Danny Garcia. Watching the match, it's like watching like the grizzled old vet go at the young and upcomer. It was very Mr. Miyagi, Daniel's son esque to where
no pun intended, I'm assuming.
No pun intended. That came off the dome, freestyling. But it's very like in that vein of where you can see Edge has the edge. Adam Copeland has the edge, no pun intended, on Daniel Garcia. But Danny has his moments too where he's like, showing his spots, showing that he can't keep up. I found a lot of stuff impressive with Danny. One of them is the fact that he's only 25, which is like super, super young. Like, dude still has like, a lot of just a lot of years left to like learn and become better. Yeah. Definitely saw the ending coming, which was interference by Kill Switch, Nick Wayne, Christian Cage. Like, they come out, interfere with the match. Edge takes a chair shot to the neck, like the laying down chair shot, which sets up, their feud. I think,
the concerto.
Yeah, the concerto. I was saying that in my head, but I was like, did we make that word up, or was that what it was actually called? Okay, but it was called a concerto.
Yeah, concerto.
The concerto sets him up, because right now Cope is the number one contender for the TNT title, and we're gonna get that at Revolution. That's definitely gonna happen again. I put him on notes. I think Christian Cage is number 2 on like heat lists for wrestlers. I think Dom is number 1, and the number 2 is Christian Cage, because they don't like that man at all either. Like,
he's doing some of his best work. He really is doing some of his best work.
I like him here. I've of course, you saw Christian all throughout, WWE history and whatnot. We had the World Heavyweight title run with Christian, but for some reason, this version of him just resonates a lot more with me. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but I think you're right. He's doing his best work right now, which is, it's dope that we get to see that.
Yeah, no, I mean, at least on the microphone, like, I mean, he's had some good in-ring matches, like when he fought when he beat Omega for one of the TNA title or some shit, whatever it was. But yeah, on the mic, like, the character work in general has, it's just even if some of it's cheap, like the whole making fun of your father shit, like to where it became a bit where it's everyone's father, like that's pretty much the whole bit. Like, it's, I don't know, it's been making me pop from time to time. So I mean, I'm here for it. It's like, yeah, your dad's a deadbeat. I mean, that's what I say about Rey Mysterio all the time. I mean, do you know he had the nerve to buy Dominic a BMW, and it wasn't even a fucking S series? What a terrible father! Terrible father. Anyway, that's the other show. We'll get into that later. But
that's
I do have a question. Why is Nick Wayne's mom, which I did have the chance to see Nick Wayne live 2-3 years ago at Prestige Wrestling in Portland. But why is his mom still out here? Like, what is going on? Is she fucking Christian?
I don't. God damn it, man! Fuck. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I will say it's very interesting that, like, because first it was just supposed to be a bit. His mom's just out here because, I think Christian did end up fighting Nick Wayne, and then like that's how like their like engagement happened.
Yeah, he almost
and then he's beating on him so much, and then his mom comes out. but I didn't think you would stay around this long. Now it's to the point to where his mom's coming out in a turtleneck, and I'm like, okay, everybody's in character. I get it. Like mom come out in turtleneck, Christian come out in turtleneck. Like this is just this is life right now. I don't have an issue with it. It's just interesting that like this bit is running on longer than what I expected.
I don't have an issue with it. I'm
Like,
reading the notes and I'm like, why is Shane out here again? What is going on?
what are we doing? And the thing is, like, they gave her a win-loss record, and you don't like why does his mom have a win-loss record?
Hey,
like, what the fuck is going on?
That's funny. That's actually funny. That's actually hilarious.
That's great. It's also cool, like, from a realistic perspective, like you going on, tour with your mom and she's at these shows with you, like that's kind of cool.
No, that's cool. And then we get into the real sauce.
Yeah.
Hey,
Joe,
go for it.
Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and the most hated man on this pod to one half of the pod, Swerve Strickland.
Bro, you see that unseasoned ass giddy that they did in the goddamn video game?
I ain't like that. We ain't got to do that.
Anyway,
but we know that wasn't him. Then we know that was motion cap by like Hornswoggle.
I saw I saw a clip.
I apologize, Hornswoggle.
Damn, he didn't even do nothing. No, I saw a clip of him actually doing it. I ain't gonna say it's spot on, but it's still unseasoned. But yeah, I mean, Samoa Joe, we talked about him earlier, hot off the mic, hot on the mic, and yeah, take it over.
Well, like it's one of those like filler promos. Like I didn't have like notes like from the promo itself or what was being said. But I did note that like Hangman is in his full heel bag right now. Like he's embracing like the you don't deserve to be in the ring, like this whole idea. And then Joe flips it like, hey, both of y'all don't deserve to be in the ring. Neither one of y'all motherfuckers won. I don't know why y'all like going against me.
Yeah, I'm looking at a quote and he's like, sorry to cut you off. I mean, he's like everything was going so well until last week when Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland battled tooth and nail for 30 minutes to a draw. And the AEW Championship Committee took a page out of the Texas playbook and made my match bigger and dumber.
That was a bar.
Yeah,
he did say
we reward mediocrity around here instead of telling these pretenders that they don't belong in a ring with me at Revolution.
He's not wrong. Joe is an interesting character because like in my notes I also have that like, man, I kind of want to see Joe continue his run. Like, but at the same time, you will fuck over Swerve's whole momentum if he does not get it right now. And one thing I know about this for sure is that there will be no finishing the story for Swerve if he does not get it here. We might not see like him get this opportunity like this for a while if he does not get it right now. So I'm definitely like 50-50 on like, damn man, like Joe going around choking people out until Double or Nothing would be dope. But then we also haven't seen a version of like what a title will do for Swerve. Like, will that put him in a different category as far as like character work, in-ring work, like the potential that you do have with Swerve as far as like, maybe you get Swerve Okada, which is something that we haven't seen before. And I would be down to see that. But then on the flip side, that will also work with Joe Okada. But I think I'm leaning more towards, seeing what Swerve will do in this run of, a new year of AEW.
Yeah.
If you even like, I know how you feel about Swerve.
I mean, it would be detrimental to his character if, I mean, I don't know if he has to win this particular three-way, but they gotta capitalize because we talked about how they fumble momentum for certain characters, on and off, and they can't fumble this. And I don't want to say they're already starting, but like the fact that they're doing a double turn, I don't know if you noticed it, but it started last week when I asked you, it was like, because it started last week where Hangman was like, you didn't beat me, I didn't lose, blah blah blah, and I feel like that mustache is making him a little evil. And then based on the way that the three were talking on this week's episode, it seemed like they're like, because they're turning. It seems like they're turning Swerve face, and then Hangman heel. So,
Yeah.
yeah, because it seems like it's Swerve he's one of those characters where you don't want to boo him, sort of like Rhea Ripley or sometimes even Roman's, like he's so cool you don't want to boo him. Like, why would I want to boo this guy? He's cool as shit. So yeah, they're doing a double turn, which is interesting. How do you feel? Like, would you rather see heel face, or would you rather see heel Swerve have the championship, or face Swerve, or do you just want to see, or you just want him to get the belt or have the title in general? What's your take on that?
I think I would rather you get it the way that you came in. So if you came in as a face, get it as a face. If you came in as a heel, get it as a heel, and then make your transition while you have the belt if you need to. I think to change his gimmick or change his babyface status right before Revolution seems a little interesting, but at the same time, it gets like the crowd on your back when like Joe's the heel and Hangman's the heel. So it's like you don't want either one of them to win. You need somebody to root for. Therefore, it does kind of up your stock a little bit as far as like crowd control and crowd love.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like you said, they already kind of like know that people are cheering for Swerve regardless, no matter who he goes up against. Like, man went up against Jeff Hardy, who's probably one of the biggest baby faces in the world, and people out there swerving. Like, that's just what the nature is right now. So yeah, I would prefer a heel, but I understand the switch up. You need to have somebody be the baby face in that triple threat.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to be Hangman. Because Hangman gets it, they run with it.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
and Hangman as the face is great.
Yeah, and yeah, he was already getting booed and stuff. So the switch, the turn, the double turn makes sense. I was just trying to see how you were feeling about it. Because he was already being booed, and Joe, even though he is a heel, he's one of those cool people where it's like you don't want to boo Joe. Like, I'm trying to think of a time where I ever booed Joe.
I never.
I don't think I ever since I've caught wind of him. Well, okay, the first time I ever booed Joe was when he attacked Finn Balor, but that was me still getting used to like wrestling and understanding what a heel is, yada yada. But after that, like, I've been a Joe fan ever since he was still in NXT. So
yeah,
I'm sorry to boo Joe.
Talk about a flip though. Talk about somebody who was like they had Joe on like in-ring commentary.
Yeah,
and you fast forward 2 years and he's the AEW champion. Like,
yeah,
hey, never give up, y'all. Don't let one situation stop you from falling your next, because clearly Joe's proof of that. Next segment was a Tony Storm promo, which was a very creative promo.
Yeah.
This was it was like a movie-esque promo where she's talking her shit towards Deonna Purrazzo inside the tattoo shop. Music was cool, cinematics was great. Where the original part of the story was like they have the same matching tattoos and whatnot, like we best friends, XYZ. But in the promo, she ends up getting like the dagger through the bird, semi-changing like her tattoo from Purrazzo's, and thus like just igniting the feud that we not friends like that. Mine's different now. We not identical.
Yeah,
I'm ready for whatever.
which is fire. And Tony, Tony was like, it's a fire quote. What do you do when you can't change the past? You kill it. And I'm like, yeah, that's a bar. And then you change the tattoo. Yeah, that's a bar.
Dude, it was dope. I forgot because Deonna had said something because she was watching the promo. I can't remember what she had said, but it was like a one-liner.
I have it right here. Renee, Tony talks too much, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Tony, I'm going to break your arm, which also is fire to me. Just get straight to the point.
I love the anticipation of like this rivalry. Like they're really building this one up pretty solid. So I'm genuinely excited to see like this match happen. Like it's gonna be dope. I think both women right now have equal footing. I don't know who would win. I think you would lean a little bit towards Deonna, but either way works perfectly fine. But I know that with like big business coming up in March, and if your first Mercedes Moné match is Deonna Mercedes, like that's money. That's no pun intended. Like that's cash, no matter where you go.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, and based off what we talked about last week, also, I think okay, so if Mercedes is for sure locked in, I think you have Deanna win this because I think Deanna's a better or easier character for a new signee to go against as opposed to Tony, which is weird to say because Deanna just got signed and she's going against Tony, but Deanna and Mercedes are on different
Yeah.
tax brackets. Like they're on different they're on different floors. So and again, like Tony is super over. She's super interesting. Like the way that they do her vignettes and her video packages and all the other stuff is super cool. Like the black and white and all the other stuff. And then you bring in, Mercedes. I feel like you could risk. I don't know. You could risk fucking up both characters, and I feel like it might be easier if you bring in Mercedes versus someone as like versus a Diana or shit. Even if Paige won it back or some bullshit.
Right. So like I also feel that like maybe it could be a catch-22 to where like, oh, this person jumps in immediately and gets to the title shot, which might not be the best way to handle that. But at the same time, like it's a business and ratings are ratings, and at the end of the day, you're just trying to like get eyes on your product.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say that Tony Storm promos against a Mercedes Monet would probably be great too. And that's where Tony really shines, is that like her promos are fucking amazing. The vignettes, like you said, are amazing.
Mhm.
And being able to translate that into all the women that you go against would be fucking great.
Yeah.
But just as far as like money matches, like on paper, Deanna Peraza versus Mercedes Monet is good, yo. People tuning in.
Yeah, and that's a good work rate match where those women would be working. Not saying Tony. I mean,
Yeah.
Tony's a good in ring too. Like,
Tony's great in ring. Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Tony. I've been a fan of Deanna, and I'm a fan of Mercedes. So, yeah, I think it'd work. I just, my worry. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Is just that like, because Tony's such a good character. It's like I wouldn't bring in like I wouldn't bring in Okada to fight the Fiend immediately. Like I would,
You see what? I get that.
The Fiend
Yeah.
is such a character,
A great character.
so, but my last point before we carry on is just like, I don't think they would instantly put her in the title shot because like even Punk had to win like 6 matches before finally going after Hangman. But also, I wouldn't be surprised. I just based on their past, I feel like she might have at least three matches before a title. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting for sure. Next up is Top Flight versus the Young Bucks. This is also a great fucking match. However, it is not my match of the week. This is number 3 on the list. But great fucking match. One of my notes is though I miss Kenny. I do miss like seeing Kenny Omega like in some kind of angle around Revolution. Like this is big time where Kenny's into something, and just seeing the Young Bucks wrestle just made me think about Kenny. Hopefully Kenny, you out there doing well. I know you was going through some serious medical issues. I hope you healing up, taking time, man. The world just misses you. This match was really good because it was a good showcase from Top Flight. They were going toe to toe with the Young Bucks, who are probably AEW's like best tag team. Just and not just from a standpoint of like working, but just chemistry wise, like the fluidity of being a tag team. I think the Young Bucks definitely have it. But Top Flight was keeping up. A lot of good spots, a lot of like strong showcases showing that Top Flight can like be in the mix with some of the greatest. One thing I noticed that like it seems like the Young Bucks changed their style a little bit. It wasn't a lot of flashiness like that they typically would do. And I wonder if that's on purpose due to like the EVP like status in their characters, to where like we're EVPs, we don't do this cool shit. We just do the basics. Like it wasn't a lot of typical Young Buck like move sets and whatnot. And at some points they were giving off aspects where like they look winded, kind of like they've been like they're acting winded, like they were just straight from the corporate jet from the office into the ring and like, oh man, I can't believe I'm in here wrestling like this. Oh my god, these guys are great. Like it's a great like storytelling inside the ring, because like all the EVPs are out here, they're wrestling and like they're just like putting all this character persona of like we just been in our ivory towers, like not wrestling, not doing anything. The bloody tux is a dope move, I think, just from standpoint of being a heel. Like it's just really good heel work to see like something carry over from the last match. It's also blatantly disrespectful. Like, yeah, I'm wrestling in your blood. What you gonna do about it? Which is a whole nother part of being a heel. Which is, I don't think I've seen anybody do that. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen somebody carry something over from a rivalry into like the next match that was like as crazy as like a bloody shirt, you know. Still gross, absolutely disgusting. I hope it's not real blood. I hope you guys are out there with fake blood on the tux. Real blood would still be gross, be very gross. Dante Martin is a stud. I think Dante Martin carries Top Flight. I think his brother's just getting back into the wind of everything, just getting back into like the rotation and whatnot. But Dante Martin can definitely carry a match. He's, and I don't like to do the comparison trait, but he's definitely their Ricochet in a way. Like, super athletic young dude, flips and high flying, like just able to carry a match just based off his spots. Like, the dude is good, and AEW has a really solid one with that.
And
they finished them. Go ahead. You got something?
No. Go for it.
They finished the match with the EVP trigger, which is they both grab an arm and just, knee to the fucking neck. I realize this is one of my favorite moves.
Yeah, it's called
I don't know
the EVP trigger.
Yeah, the EVP trigger is definitely one of my favorite moves. I like seeing that. It's so simple, but it just gets the job done. And I think it's entirely based on like how the other performer sells it.
Yeah,
that's what gets it. Is like the way that they sell the move. Young Bucks win. Darby comes out.
Well, before Darby,
I don't know if this was
before Darby comes
Wait,
out.
yeah, go ahead.
Tony Schiavone comes out.
There you
go.
And
then they're like, well, based off of this match, I mean, if we beat guys like this, then I guess we're automatically number one contenders. And then Tony Schiavone says that's unprofessional or something like that. And then I don't know if it was Matt or Nick. They're like, that's $1,000 fine. You're getting fined. And then they start pushing him. And it looks like they're setting him up for an EVP trigger, sort of. And then Darby comes out with the bat.
And this is where Darby cut that promo, right? Where he was saying that the whole purpose of AEW is that we wanted to come, the motto or the slogans that we wanted to change the world, and that at that point in time
he was homeless.
There was another EVP that believed in him, and that's when Cody got the pop. Which I still love the fact that, like, even with, Cody being over on the E, like, you still get that love from AEW. Like, that's dope to, like, see that they still remember, they still know how much you contributed to, like, the build of AEW, and that, like, people don't forget,
I mean, they remember now, but because, his second to last match, they were treating him like John Cena in ECW. They was throwing his belt back. They was booing the fuck up.
That was nuts, yo. I do remember that. That shit was crazy. But but to be fair, like, there was moments at the time where Cody's like storylines and Cody's promos weren't really the best.
The Cody verse, it was super. It was literally from like certain aspects of the timeline and other wrestling podcasts I was doing. Yeah, they were calling it like the Cody verse, and it was like it's like it feels completely different from the rest of the show, and which makes it like. Yeah, it makes shit hard and it makes it disjointed. And there's a whole other stuff, but anyway, Darby cuts a promo. Cody got some pops, and said something about Brandon Cutler too. I don't remember what that was.
Because they were pushing Brandon Cutler. Like, he was like, they were talking about how it was hard for guys like him to get matches and be shown, but you were pushing people like Brandon Cutler, and they were like, Brandon Cutler's a great guy. Like, it's dope. Like, I like it. I like the build. I like, let's keep it a buck. This is how y'all act. I'm gonna throw it back in y'all face because y'all didn't really believe in me. But if y'all want this match, come get this smoke.
Yep. And then they make the match official March 3rd, Revolution. In Sting's last match, it will be Darby Allin in the World Tag Team titles versus the Young Bucks.
It'd be really dope. And this would be some other heel shit, is that they come out in face paint.
They probably will. Now that you said it,
if Young Bucks coming out in face paint for Sting's last match would be fucking hot. That'd be fucking dope, bro.
yeah, they will do that.
Just small setups for Rampage that happened was there was a 12-man with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang that they were promoting for Rampage. The next match was Willow Nightingale versus Sky Blue. Still a huge fan of Willow. Will always be a huge fan of Willow. Love the character work. Sky Blue's definitely grown me. Definitely from the girl who wore the backwards hat in the wrestling to where now she has a certain character. Match is great. Stokely is in the same vein as R-Truth to me, to where you can just carry momentum, man. Stokely is hilarious. He knows his spots. He knows what to say. He knows how to act. He's one of those ones that I'm glad that he found some place to be instead of being outside of wrestling, because the dude is just amazing when it comes to just looking at him what is he doing? Why is he doing that? Just his banter back and forth with Taz, it's just great shit to have on the mic.
Yeah, super entertaining.
But in this match, he jumps on the apron to save Willow from getting pinned. Sky Blue hits the cold blue on her. The Stokely jumps to the apron. Ref's distracted. And then there's a finish. I can't remember the finish, but there's a finish to the match, and Willow ends up winning, which is just foreshadowing because Willow is not a fan of cheating Stokely. Don't be a cheat. We win straight up. We can't go back into your heel ways kind of thing.
Right.
So it's definitely setting some stuff up, some future tension down the line. I think they did mention that on Rampage. I think there was a promo on Rampage about him interfering in their matches. Great match. Love seeing Willow. Love Sky Blue. Just we're finally AEW starting to hit their true stride of getting back to what it was to watch AEW. For a moment there, it was kind of gray. There was a lot of excitement in AEW, and now it's just I feel like they're on the right track. That's personally how I feel.
And then after that, we get the Texas Death Match.
Matt Taven, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
last week we were like, man, I don't give a fuck about nobody in the kingdom. They if it's not Adam Cole, Wardlow, I wasn't paying attention. I will come back here and say I was wrong. Put some respect on Matt Taven's name. This was a great match. Dude showed out, and it just proved that people just need they just need a shot. Give him a shot. Let him see what he can do. And granted, it's an easy shot because there's a whole bunch of distractions. There's fucking tables and chairs and garbage cans, so you're not really focusing a lot on in-ring work, but you're focusing on what the fuck is happening.
Enjoyable match. I will not moonwalk my statements. I saw the promo afterwards, and I saw how the timeline was going up. Nah. I ain't gonna hate though, no, but I still need to see more because I'm sorry. It's so easy for people to go oh, this person got a crazy promo while he was bleeding, and then motherfuckers just go up for that, and it's that consistency is that.
I didn't see the promo. I think
it was a good promo.
I didn't see the promo.
DT put it in one of our chats, and he's like, "Oh, I might have to check this man out," and he wasn't the only person on the timeline saying that type of shit. And
I don't want to say all that.
I ain't gonna be a hater,
but
I'm just saying. Man had one good match that I've seen and one good promo, and that doesn't mean we just instantly put a championship on this nigga.
No. Fuck no. But I will say that putting because he cut the promo when he's bleeding. If I'm not mistaken, he lost the match.
Oh yeah, no, he lost the match. So it was
So it was that's a crazy. We're bleeding out here, and I'm showing you I'm whoever I am, XYZ, but you lost the match. Is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I get it because you still want to show everybody that look at me, I'm like that. But great match.
Yeah,
you prove that you can work for sure. But we still need to see a little bit more.
For real, a loser would be like, "Oh, you see what I did out there, nigga? You lost."
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you did. But no, the match was good. His promo was good too. I cannot fake that funk, and I will not. Is there anything else you want to say about this match? Any spots or anything in particular?
My notes are there's a brutal match. There's crazy table spots. Thumbtack spots always make me cringe. Like, not in a bad way, but just in like, fuck, that would hurt, bro. Like, taking a suplex on some thumbtacks would be like the worst shit ever. And my head goes to like, what happens if you get like a thumbtack like in between your fingernails? Like, God, no.
Hell no.
Ah.
I just got goosebumps, bro.
Like, fuck, that shit would fucking hurt, bro.
Yeah.
There's a Matt Taven spot he did with Trent Beretta with the chair that was really cool. Orange Cassidy gets the win. Trent takes a spot for Orange, showing that like he put his body in the line for Orange so that he wouldn't get hurt. So that just sets up like, yo, best friends is like, we really like this, but there has been some friction where like they don't truly like believe in each other at some point in time.
I mean, Cassidy's the only one that got something to show for nothing. Like, yo, you've been riding your mom's van every week getting your ass whooped, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next year, or not next year, but after Revolution, we get some tension between best friends. I think that's what people have been waiting for. So we'll see. And the thing about AEW is that you fight each other and still be best friends the next week. So it doesn't really hurt anything. It doesn't hurt any stock.
Yeah, no, the power of friendship means a whole lot more on that side of the field.
Oh, for sure. Because Brian and Mox were beating the hell out of each other. Next week, Blackpool Comic Club was the thing. So
it's very Naruto-esque.
It is.
You're my friend. I don't...
Yeah, for sure. Let's beat the hell out of each other, and then we're gonna be boys afterwards. Yeah. Right now we're gonna get into like an audio break. When we get back from the audio break, we'll go over like SmackDown, my little highlights from Rampage, and I'll give you match of the week. Just stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. Check out the tunes real quick, and then we'll be back after the break.
Yes, boy.
Peace. We're back, people. Hope you like the tunes. Yeah, we getting better over here.
Yeah.
Things are definitely changing. Samples are getting better. So now we're gonna get into SmackDown.
Yes, and I just got to get this out of the way because
Go for it.
Start of the show, The Rock parks like a jackass, and it is so upsetting. Like, it is so upsetting. He's that nigga with the big oversized truck that takes up 2 parking spots on accident because the back end is sticking out. Oh, that upsetted me. I just, like it's the little things, right, man? I'm like, oh, that's how you know he was a heel, I guess, because this motherfucker. Oh man. Okay. Show starts off with a qualifying match: KO versus Tom and Nick Mysterio. How do you feel about it? New KO graphics.
Once again, there was booing. Yeah, we did get a new KO graphic. There was booing the shit out of Dom as usual. This man can't go nowhere. But Judgment Day, boo. When Mommy said boo, Finn and Day, boo. It don't matter. Wherever you go, Dom, they gonna boo the hell out of you. He can't get no promo off.
No,
that's how much heat this man got. He can't get shit off, yo. And that's impressive, bro. We seen like heels be able to like, oh well, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. Like, we seen like heels be able to get their shit off. But for you to be a heel and not get your shit off because they hate you, impressive.
Yeah.
Nothing but respect for that.
And it's not piped in. I don't care what anyone says. I've been to 2 shows. Those are real boos.
Yeah,
those are real boos.
I don't yeah. From not just you, but from other people that I have talked to who has been there. Like, my brother went out there and he was just like, yeah, bro, they boo the hell out of Dom, like all the time.
Yeah.
This was one of Dom's better matches for me. I thought he was actually in there like showing off. Like Dom was showing that he can wrestle. There was a couple spots he was doing that's really nice. How do you feel about Dom doing 619? You think it's like he should continue to do it? Do you think like leave that to Ray? How do you feel?
The one that he did tonight last night looked really sloppy, but yes, I think he should keep doing it. The reason why is because it's good heel work in my opinion. To do your father's famous move, who you have a beef with because he's a deadbeat, is great to me. And then even if he goes back to face at some point, then it's like, hey, you're paying homage to your deadbeat father. So either way, he needs to make it more crisp, and also just like you were saying, I think it was about the EVP trigger. Like certain moves hit, but it also depends on how the person sells it.
That's true.
Because like there's not everyone can sell the pedigree the way that I like it, but anyway, so it's 50-50, but last night was a sloppy ass 619. But to answer the question, I think you should keep it because it's good.
Okay, that leads me to my next part because it's a 2-part question. Okay. How do you feel about the 3 Amigos? Because everybody does the 3 Amigos.
Kevin Owens had the worst 3 Amigos I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I think in my notes on commentary, they said the 3 friendly Canadians, and I lost it.
That was great. That made me laugh too. I like the 3 Amigos, but man, Andrade, unless it's Eddie or Andrade, like no one hits the 3 Amigos, like because it's not about the suplex itself. It's about the way you twirl your legs when you get back momentum. And the legs don't be moving right. And I don't know if that's pause worthy, but I don't know, man. But again, you got to keep it to pay homage to his other father, his real dad, Eddie Guerrero.
Long-term storytelling. You're right.
Yeah. But he like Dom has grown. We all could agree to that. Like Dom has been growing every year. He's still at like his 3 biggest moves, which I would say is the 619, the 3 Amigos, and the Frog Splash. They still don't look super crisp. They still look sloppy from time to time. But I mean, I don't know. Just got to let them get better, I guess. But no,
I'd be feeling some type of way. They'd be like, Panel Moss to Eddie Guerrero, and I'm like,
I mean, that's his dad.
You're right.
His real dad.
You're right. But when anybody does like the Frog Splash, it's like Eddie Guerrero Frog Splash. It's like you ain't really got to say that for everybody.
No,
like I get it, but like we can just hold off.
No, exactly. Like I don't think they've ever said it like when Montez does a Frog Splash, but that would be irritating for them to say that when Montez does, because they have no connection with each other as characters. They never met. Like when Sasha does or Mercedes does a Frog Splash, like that was like her favorite growing up. So it's like I understand why they might drop it. Does it have to be said every time? Nah. But at least with that, there's like some storytelling because it's on record that she loved Eddie and she grew up watching Eddie or whatever. But nah, like honestly, Frog Splash. There's a lot of people that need to just take that out of their repertoire. Like, I mean, Kevin, he could take it out. I don't think he needs it, and I don't like the way it looks, and I can
And
guarantee
there's
that.
a lot of other dope moves that you can do that pay homage to other like legends. One in particular for me is like it's like Kurt. We can adopt the German suplexes Kurt was doing. Like, and I'm not saying there's probably is somebody out there doing it, but like I haven't seen it like be as like talked about as that because there was more than just one technical wrestler during that era, and Eddie is the best technical wrestler, if not one of the best. So I get that we're paying respect to that, but show Kurt some love, like show like go ahead and do the triple German suplexes.
I mean, if there's one thing you learn from playing WWE 2K or just any of the old wrestling games where you could create your own character and actually create the move sets, you know that there's like a shit ton of moves for everything. So, do we need 5 people that all do the frog splash? No, we don't. Like, do we need 5 people that all do the same like type of elbow drop or something? No, like we could. There's such a variety of moves out there. Just go to the PC or go to your backyard or wherever you guys do, and try a different move. Like,
no. See, what we do is that we go home. Actually, no. You go to your retro game shop. You buy you a PS2. Get you Here Come the Pain.
yes.
Go inside those move sets. They got a tab. You press R1. You're gonna find all the flying move sets you need. Go ahead and just pick one of those.
Yeah.
And just be different. Honestly, that's just me being the ass. But at the same time, it's like there is so much other things that you can do. And I wonder if it's because they have like maybe like a banned moveset. Maybe there's a couple moves that you can't do. Maybe it's that like Frog Splash is an easy move that the person receiving it can block it and move out, and the person doing it can also adjust while they're midair if anything looks off. So I get it from a safety standpoint that like it probably is one of the safest moves.
Yeah, and depending on the person's height and weight and like whatever character is doing it, yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, there are some band. I don't know about high flying moves, but like there's some territories or areas where you can't do power drivers, which is why you don't really. I mean, you see them in AEW more, but like there was a reason why like power drivers weren't really done for like years in wrestling. And yeah, so there are some moves that are banned, I think, because of health reasons, and also there's some states that I don't. It's weird. Like getting like there's some states like where you can't do a certain move, like dead ass. I know it's weird, but
That's interesting. I want to look that up.
Yeah, but yeah. So like yeah, and so I could see that like with KO's body set and stuff. Like the frog splash is easy. I mean, he also has the senton that he does. So yeah, those are 2 easy air moves that he can do. Yeah, so that makes sense.
KO also has different ability or different moves that he does utilize a lot more than like the frog splash. Like he still does the stunner, he still does the pop up power bomb,
which
is still one of the dopest.
One of my favorite moves. It's in my notes because I was literally got hyped because he fucking won off that move during this match, and he hasn't won off the pop up power bomb in so long, and I love that move. Pop up power bomb is so
there's a staple that I think that's the move that he should end matches with. It's the pop up power bomb. I think that's like that is your finisher.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was talking to someone who doesn't watch wrestling anymore, and I was because they were considering getting the new 2K, and I was telling them like yeah, like now like the system changed where there's certain people that like. I mean, you can have like 5 signatures and 4 finishers now, and I was trying to explain to them where it's like certain characters like they change like. The pop-up powerbomb used to be Kevin Owens' finisher, but now it's a signature move. If you think about it in the video game world,
it's a signature.
Now it's a signature, and the stunner's his finisher. But it's still like he still does it because one, it's a signature, and like as a fan, like if you like, oh, he can pin people off the move. I seen him win off that move, so it gives you that, that anticipation where it's like, oh shit, he might win. This might be it. Like he does a pop-up powerbomb to Roman. You think, oh, that might be it, and then it's like, oh no shit, he hasn't stunned him yet. He has to hit the stunner first. But yeah,
exactly.
Yes, pop-up powerbomb. Love it. Love that move. Absolutely. And then this was so you dropped the Easter egg earlier, but. Yeah, because I don't remember if they did it on. I don't think they did it on Raw, but this is they start doing the 2K ratings next to the people, which is absolutely hilarious, but also super cool at the same time. like seeing the wrestlers come out. You have the little thing where it shows like, oh, they're from Greensburg, yada yada, and oh yeah, their rating is they're 84, and like I don't know, that was super cool. It made me think of like, what if NBA did that? Like when they have the scene where you see LeBron with the suitcase walking in the back, and then just under it says 98, and it or some shit.
They do. They don't do it like that, but they do parts where like there's oh, his 2K ratings of this. Like when 2K comes out, they definitely amp it up a lot more.
Okay. So the beginning of the season.
But like yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a different kind of touch. Like it's interesting to see like where the rating system is. I want to know who is the rating person for WWE, because you probably get a lot of shit.
There's one dude who I think I follow, and he works with the company. I think he's part of the rating thing. His name is Cornell. He works with WWE to some respect. But yeah, I don't know who does the ratings, but I want to say they do have a team. Just like
I want to know how you determine it. Like what determines a high rating? Like
yeah,
because like here we go again. Here we go. It's like, oh, Roman's a 99. He's like, Roman don't wrestle. Like he don't be here 99% of the time. Shout out to Tribal Chief, but interesting.
Yeah, but
so I don't.
But he's the final boss, so you got to give the final boss the highest rating, right, or some shit.
That's true. I heard he's like crazy in the game too. Like it's like.
Yeah. I mean, even fighting with a human character as like, there was, yeah, Roman's hard to beat in the game. Like we're gonna get to human character, there's been multiple times where David and I would have 1v1s. Like we don't do them as often because they can get competitive. But there was a time where it's like if he was Roman, that was the only time I couldn't beat him. So so there was one time I was like, no, pick somebody else. No, F the Roman clause, pick somebody else. And then he picked somebody else, and I won the match. But and then the last time I did beat him with Roman, it was a bittersweet thing. I was playing as Cody, and it was one of the hardest matches.
Oh, it was great.
It was one of the hardest fucking matches I've ever played in my life. I don't think I played him 1v1 since. Because it's just super hard. Because in the old game, or in the last two games, he has the guillotine, and it's really hard to break out a submission moves.
Yeah.
Like you've been playing for 20 minutes, and then you get a submission move on you. It's hard, man. Your whole forearm be all
just tapping and shit.
Bro, it's so hard. And it's like, so the goal is to try to beat him before he gets finishers built up. Because if he gets a finisher built up, you can either get that spear out of nowhere or you can get guillotine out of nowhere. It's a whole strategy. Anyway, it's hard to it is hard to fight against Roman.
Okay. Roman is God mode in the 2K game. He liked that.
Man, he is like that.
I've seen some shit where like people were playing him online and like playing against him online. Like, bro, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like this dude he kicks out of everything. Like he's just up. Like you can't do nothing.
Shit.
And I like that because it is kind of funny because it is a video game and he is God mode. He is the guy that you're trying to beat. Mm-hmm. But to like put it in like his gaming code to where we're gonna make him the hardest motherfucker ever is fucking funny.
Well, even in this 2K24 reveal trailer, when they showed us super finishers, they show a clip of Cody hitting him with 3 crossroads simultaneously, and Roman still kicked out in that trailer. He's still kicked out. The whole screen was red and blurry.
He kicked out of 3 crossroads. That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. That's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah. I'm excited to see how people handle that.
So R-Truth comes out thinking KO is the Miz. He comes out mid-match. Thinking Dominic tries to get R-Truth to hand him a chair. R-Truth looks like he's about to hand him a chair. He sits down, and then we get a pop-up power bomb, and then after that we get a Drew and LA segment, which was nice. I enjoyed it. Did you?
Yeah, this is where he called him like an old timer.
Yeah, and then Drew tweeted about it because it is funny because LA Knight is older than Drew.
Like, the hell? Yeah. It was just interesting. It was a good promo because like both of them were definitely like they're going in hot. Like we're just talking.
We're just talking.
Yeah, we just talking. Yeah, ain't no problem. We just talking. Nah.
I would like to say because so he cut a promo on Monday after he beat Ivar. And he cut then there was this promo, I guess you could say. I mean, this was a back and forth promo, I guess, but he cut a self promo. Anyway, so the internet was like, oh, like, is he good at promos if he doesn't spam? Yeah, and all this other stuff. I would like to point out that there's been 2 weeks in a row he hasn't spammed his catchphrases. and he put out some fire.
Yeah,
So
he did.
yeah,
LA Knight can talk,
he
bro.
can
Like,
talk.
let's not play on this man's game, bro.
Really?
Dude, he has the mic skills, bro.
Dummy.
Like, there's a reason why he. There's a reason why he gets this pop. There's a reason why he's doing what he's doing. Like LA Knight knows how to handle promos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they get into a thing. So I mean, they're both in elimination chamber, so that's what's up. And then after that, we get the backstage segment, another backstage segment where Big Strong Boy and Bruiserweight decide like, oh, here's our tag team now, and we're gonna be called New Catch Republic, which sounds extremely English. No idea what that means.
Sounds like a store in the mall where I get really tight shirts.
Yeah.
But before that though, we get the Roman arrival where Roman come out the car hugging niggas and shit. Like this nigga he's just hugging people. Like what you doing?
That's right. He comes out the car.
Bring it in.
Yeah. He hugs Jimmy. Jimmy looks confused as shit.
It's hell.
And he's like, let's go.
Roman hugged him like that man had it was an embracive like hug. It was very interesting to see like, bro, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
He hugged him like that Key and Peele sketch where like Key's like he's like hugging all the black people. Like, come on, man, bring it in. So like it's just interesting. I was like, yo, why you out here hugging people and shit?
And then he says, let's go fix what Jay messed up.
What Jay messed up, which is but what did Jay mess up? And
the bloodline.
Did they? Okay.
Not being in the family, all that shit.
Okay. We get the Zelina Tiffany Stratton match.
Yes.
For an elimination chamber qualifier.
Yeah. There was a lot of good spots. Legato is ringside, like all of Legato, so it comes off kind of as a distraction because Freak, what is her name? She distracts Zelina. Zelina. Damn it, what's her name? Perez? No.
Nah, I know who you're talking about too. I just can't remember her name.
I cannot remember her name right now. Man. Damn. I'm sorry, girl. I apologize. I will do better next week. But yeah, Tiffany wins with the prettiest moonsault ever. That one was this
Elektra Lopez.
Elektra Lopez. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Sorry, Lopez. The only Lopez I think. Oh nope. Never mind. I was gonna.
Okay. Hold it back.
I was gonna diss Jennifer, but then I was like, wait, I like Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins' real last name is Lopez. Anyway. Tiffany hits the prettiest moonsault ever. This one looked a little rough just because I feel like Zelina wasn't close enough, but solid moonsault. Good win. And yeah, it still keeps that LWO Legato feud happening until I think Ray eventually comes back.
Yeah, I thought I'm glad you noticed that like the moonsault looked a little rough. Not saying that not everything has to be perfect because it's not, but like
she's still kind of new.
I think also just size difference between Tiffany Stratton and Zelina. Zelina is really small.
Yeah, she's like,
which has always been one of my things that like, who you got to put people who work well together, and I feel like for Zelina they don't really do that too often for her. I guess my theory on like Zelina is that she needs a win. She needs like a meaningful win. The last meaningful one she got was that Backlash in Puerto Rico?
No,
almost like
it was before the Backlash, because Backlash is when she fought Rhea, which was like super emotional and whatnot. But she hasn't won in a while.
Yeah, she needs one, bro. She needs a solid one that means something, that can like push her character a little bit forward. Because she shows up to work. She's there every fucking time we need her. She's there. We need a squash match. She's there. She wrestles all your major stars. Like, just give her some to like feed off of.
She's probably gonna. Yeah, she's definitely gonna get a win over Lopez.
Does that mean something though? Respectfully, does that does that change the game in any kind of way?
In the long run, I would say. In the short run, no. Oh no, it's hard. Okay, it means something in the sense of that particular story, but as far as increasing her overall, no, it doesn't mean anything. If that makes sense.
And she need one of those. She need one of them. Let me increase my overall real quick. Let me get close to something, and then I don't get it, but like let me at least show people that I can do something. Yeah. And I don't know what that looks like. I'm just just throwing shit out there.
You gotta get a couple W's over like actual contenders, or I don't know, like a Kairi Sane or Asuka or a Bailey or just big names. I mean, but I mean, none of the names I just listed make any sense based off of story stuff. But once again, like we talked about on episode 2, like unless injuries happen or anything, like all the stories and stuff is pretty much already been worked out, and they're already like in them. They're already running them. After Mania season, that's like when we get a kind of a soft reboot of the season, sort of, and then we get to see like who's next person up, who's going to get some time, who's going to get over, and get some storylines and be on TV more, and et cetera, et cetera. So, okay. They clearly love her as far as Vega goes. I mean, she. It's not like she sits in catering on a weekly basis, but yeah, no, as of right now, she hasn't been winning much. But I think that's going to change, like when LWO and Legado start actually feuding and whatnot.
Okay, we can do it that. I'm cool with that.
We'll see.
Just a hard reset for the year, when we'll see what people get into. Yeah. From there, we got the AJ Styles turning on the OC.
Yeah. I what did you think about this? Because I mean, I enjoyed. Okay. I like Carl. I don't care for the other one that much. I like Carl though.
Gallows?
Yeah, I mean he's fine, but like, I mean they're fun. Like they're good on mic and they're funny. In ring wise, I don't care for Gallows that much. I like Carl a lot better. He has one of the best spine busters. That's not Triple H. He has a fire spine buster. Honestly, probably his best move. But man, maybe it was the cider, maybe it was the Thai food I was eating last night, but it looked like it looked like one of those moments where, like, man, I kind of want to kiss you. Like, I don't know. Like,
hey, that's not where I was going with that. I don't know what the fuck. What? This is hot and heavy.
Yeah, it was just
what?
It looked like one of those, like, man, you might as well just kiss and get over it. It was like similar. We talking about like where we friends, we gonna fight, but we'll be friends afterwards. It was all
right.
If it was anybody else that would have did that.
Anybody else?
Is that what's holding you back, Carl? Is that what's holding you back?
Yeah.
It was giving.
I see.
It was giving Brokeback Mountain for a hot second, but I can't quit you.
Oh God.
But I'm here for it. And that I'm assuming they're gonna fight next week, so that'll be fine. And then we'll see what happens with
what if
happens with AJ.
What if it's foreshadowing? Maybe the OC's not over, but what if they get because old boy just left New Japan. Was it Tama Tonga? He was like one of the Bullet Club members, I think.
Oh yeah.
Like, what if they reunite one of the Bullet Club members into WWE to kind of like revamp the OC? Because regardless of what, like, if AJ's in the OC or not, they were going to break up at any point in time. And I don't feel like it's fair for the OC to be a thing if you're not going to use them properly, because they are great at a tag team. Like, Gallows and Carl Anderson can get down as a tag team. They just haven't been used. And it's like, what's going to get them over the edge? Somebody new, somebody fresh coming in, somebody that doesn't really, like, where you don't really have to use AJ to carry their faction.
Right.
Let AJ go. AJ gonna have to do what he has to do. He's a mid to high Carter, so he's needed in spots where you can't take the OC.
Yeah. That's plausible. I feel like that Tonga dude, isn't he? I feel like he's part of the bloodline technically, isn't he? Isn't he?
Is he? I don't. I feel like it's kind of.
I would have to look at that PowerPoint again that Rock put on. Because that tree ran deep. But
he is though. Like, I think I'm looking, and I think he's one of. Is he a part? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's one of the Usos.
Yeah. He's one of. Yeah, he's family. Yeah. He's bloodline.
So, if he was to show up, because there's been hints or there's been seeds where, like, Fatu might show up. Who he just got back on good terms with Booker at their promotion. But yeah, no, I don't know where this is going. I mean, maybe the OC doesn't break up, and this is just AJ trying to get them. Maybe they turn heel, and he's just trying, or maybe he's just trying to get them more edgy, where it's like stop being complacent, being like, because like before AJ left and came back wearing black jeans, like he wanted to fight the Bloodline, and Carl and Gallows was like, no, let's just cool, let's just chill, they dangerous. And like for AJ, it's like we used to be dangerous. We used to beat up John Cena on a
Right.
weekly basis, yada yada. So this could be. It could either go the route that you're saying, where they like AJ leads and they get like a new leader or someone to like give some OC juice, or it could be AJ is trying to make them less compliant or complacent and like
Step
yeah,
up. Let's go.
get aggravated, get some aggression. Like, when's the last time y'all had a fucking title match? Do something.
What do you got?
Like
Ruthless aggression.
yeah, you know,
Like show me
yeah,
something.
do something. Y'all fucking you just happy to get paid and being catering? Nah, nigga, get in this ring. Go to
Nah.
work.
That's funny. From there we got the damage control promo.
Yes, man, I love it. All I wrote was fire. Can't say a damn thing any of those ladies said, but it was great. That wasn't a racial thing. Like, I just don't remember what they said. It was subtitles, man.
I don't know what they said. I didn't read shit either. Nah, it's basically like they were just going at Bailey, telling Dakota to watch her back because like, hey, we saw you helping her out, but you don't get got too.
Yeah.
The fact that it wasn't all Japanese is dope.
Absolutely.
It's also fucked up because it was in Japanese. I kept like it was very fuck it, here we go. Very anime-esque. Yeah. And it's kind of fucked up. Like compare one to the other because not anybody speaking Japanese, you don't have to compare it to anime. No. But it was very in that sense. Like the promo was aggressive. They're coming at you. The music's playing. Like I like it. The characters were in full effect.
Well, okay, so
yeah.
Okay, because I use the term anime-esque too, and I feel like we have a mind meld, so we know what we're talking about. But to reiterate or to try to break it down so that it doesn't sound offensive, is just like, okay, like we both watch anime, like the way that they're presenting these characters with Shinsuke, it's like, yeah, just because they're speaking Japanese, it doesn't make it anime. But it's the fact, like, it's the way they're presenting them, like with the camera angles and the cool clothes and the just the swagger that they had, the aura. And it's just super cool, and it's just the only. It's kind of honestly sometimes the only comparison for that is just like, man, this reminds me of like some Demon Slayer shit or some like Cowboy Bebop shit or like some Sailor Moon shit. Like it's like, so it's not like, oh, they're Japanese, we're just comparing them to anime. It's just like it's kind of hard to make any other comparison from the Western civilization standpoint. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to make any other comparisons. So it ain't a racial thing, you guys. We will make a better comparison, but no, we'll figure it's fire as shit. There's really just like
it is. Yeah, it's like the promos are dope. I'm not shitting on anybody.
It's fire as shit. They look great. Yeah, they look like stars. They have it's the aura. They got. You got the juice now. Like they look amazing. They look amazing, and yeah, they're no one's ready for damage control. I'm here for it. Hopefully they change the song because that was my biggest regret with damage control. I hate that fucking song.
I hate all the music. There's only like 90% of WWE music I really don't like.
Yeah, that's my wife and I we started to play a game while watching SmackDown last night where it was like, close your eyes, whose music is this? And yeah, we couldn't figure it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
Yeah,
it's with the we'll get to her after the next match, but like, yeah, there's a lot of people I don't like their themes.
One person's theme who I do like. Well, okay, wait, real quick. Okay, no, I was about to skip a lot of shit. Okay, so.
We're on the same path. Shit. We're on the same path.
Okay, so AOP beats up some jobbers. That was some good shit. Mm-hmm. I still don't like that they're wearing tactical vests. I do not understand, but
I love that. I
just don't like. Are you guys a cult or what? Like, because again, like,
nah, man.
Presentation. What?
Brinks truck.
Yeah. I don't know. Take off the goddamn vest, you guys. Put on a fucking get a sweater. I don't know. Anyway, they look good. They
put a turtleneck on.
I'd be fine with that. I just don't know why you guys wearing tactical gear when you got the bald nigga in a leather jacket. You got the hot goth chick, and you got Karrion Kross. He has arm tape, and he looks badass. He looks like Like he looks like John Constantine or some shit. And you got these two big ass Iranian niggas wearing tactical vests. What is going on? Like, anyway,
That's fucking crazy.
they look good. It was cool. Logan does a good promo before his match. There was a little bit where a kid tried to have him sign his Prime bottle, and he stuck his gum on there instead. Love that,
Bro. Oh my goodness. That shit. I saw that shit and hollered. That shit was so funny because the kid turned around and was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
I'd have been so goddamn pissed off, bro. I'm fucking 12 years old. Hey, sign my bottle. He puts his gum on it. Are you at your fucking
That
mind?
might be worth.
But then
This
again,
might be worth money.
that's what I'm saying. Here we go. Yeah, in 2024, you throw that shit on eBay. Here you go.
And here's the
Quick little $1,000.
I
Logan Paul's gum.
Yep, and I have the little clip by it next to it where you see it take him out of it. Never mind, I'm gonna pause
Yep,
that.
this is it.
Yeah. So that match was that was good. And then Logan, so we get Logan and the Miz, a rematch. It started off, the first 2 minutes was a little sloppy. There was a little miscommunication, but after that, like it, pun intended, the match was, to me, it was awesome. It was a good match. That Logan can work. Miz we already knew can work. It was a good match.
I like the angle. I like the whole him holding his leg. He's going into the Elimination Chamber with a weak leg, which then carries over into, like, you know, Mania. We're like, oh, I only lost because my leg was injured. I see this. I see what they could do. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I can see, like, that's probably what they're going to do. It probably will carry over into Elimination Chamber. We probably try to do a spot. Logan will have a spot in the Elimination Chamber. I don't know if he's going to fucking flip off the cage or off the top of something, but
yeah,
he's going up.
I can see him doing a splash off the chamber. Or do some, because Montez had a really good spot when he climbed on the thing. Logan could probably do something similar. It wasn't Kalisto, but there was it might have been Lindsay Dorado. He had also a cool spot when he like climbed on top of the cage. Logan's gonna go off, but
he's gonna do.
It's gonna end with the three with the BFT, and we're gonna and then so this is the part so real quick before we get to the next thing. All right, so after the Logan match, Logan wins. Is there anything else you wanted to say about this match?
No, go ahead. It was a good match. I have nothing else for it.
So we get a backstage segment where you see Liv and Bianca talking, and you see Nick Aldis with Jade and Braun, and he's trying to get them to sign. And this is when Tiffany was like, I don't know if these numbers is looking right. So then Tiffany breaks in the room and she starts talking shit, and she's like, should I pin you first or pin you first? And then Jade was like, I know you didn't come in here interrupting my big business meeting. Now, when she said that, I was like, y'all doing a good job, because my ears immediately perked and my eyebrows raised. Like, why'd she say big business? You could have said anything else.
Why you say that?
Yeah, you could have said anything.
Why you say that?
You could have just said my meeting. You could have said anything. But I was like, okay. So I don't know. It was just something funny.
I just want the record to show that shots be shot from both parties.
Yeah.
It happens on both sides, because that shit was funny too. My big business meeting, I was like, interesting choice of words.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm glad you caught it too.
I caught it for sure. But it's just that in particular, more so just about SmackDown, is that something that deters Jay from signing with SmackDown? Makes you like, man, I'm going to Raw. Everybody in my meeting and stuff. Am I really special? I'm gonna go to Raw where I can be the XYZ over here.
Yeah, because this is ghetto. Y'all breaking in my. Well, that's But that's the thing though, because like I said last week, Adam Pearce can't control his damn show, so I don't know. I don't know where you want to go, because Nick at least has better control of his talent. And Adam Pearce, every other fucking segment, he's like, I need a drink.
I think Raw would do her better.
Yeah.
I think because we just got Naomi's on SmackDown. Like, Raw needs one. They need somebody.
They need a black woman.
So
they need one black woman on the show.
God damn it, man! You're not wrong.
Yeah, you can, because if that's the case, SmackDown fleeced the fuck out of Raw. How you gonna have all the 3 best black women? No, you gotta give me one.
No. Oh,
you gotta give me one.
Here's a side tangent. Here's some shit that I really don't like. Is that right now it's Black History Month. Shout out to all my fellow black people, Black Americans. Stop doing the Black History Month promo when the black athletes come out. I cannot stand that. I hate that shit so much, bro. They did this shit last week with Bianca on Raw, and they did this shit this week with Naomi. It's like, join us and get our Black History Month shirt. Nah, man, like show that shit everywhere. Like, don't just put it on the black people.
Yeah.
We the ones who already know Black history. Share it for somebody else.
It's like, now I know a black person's gonna come out and fight. Okay, cool. So now
you see what I'm saying, bro? That's so that's so fucked up, man.
Another random tangent. Big shout out to Carlito, because he was wearing a black,
the dog.
Yeah, he was wearing a black Black Power, whatever the hell. He was wearing the WWE black person merch.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out the words. Black History Month shirt.
He was over there wearing the nigga shirt. Yeah, shout out to Carlito. Come on, bro. That shit's funny. I love it though. I love it.
So speaking of new music,
it goes into
this.
I like the song.
I like the song too. Okay.
Cool. We're on the same page.
Yes, because my wife was like, I hate it, and I'm like, look, I'm a contrarian. I like being a hater when everyone else likes stuff, but according to the timeline, everyone likes this song. This shit was fire.
I like the song.
It was bumping, and like it made sense why they changed her music now instead of when she appeared back at the Rumble. Like that makes perfect sense, because you bring her back to something that everyone knows. So then we get hyped, and you get a crazy pop.
Yeah, I hated the old song. I hate the old song.
I like the old song too, but it was just, we had it forever.
Not hate. Hate's a strong word, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, I like
new song. I love it.
I love it
because in my head I was listening to like how it started and how like that's gonna be queued up when like who's coming out to wrestle, or who's challenging Becky, or interrupt promo with Naomi's song. It fits a lot better. Mm-hmm. I think like that's gonna hit really hard. So I'm a fan. I like it.
Okay, cool. I like it too. Matter of fact, I don't think it's on. Yeah, as soon as it hits, I'm putting it on my workout mix, because that shit was bumping.
Yeah.
So yeah, she comes out and she fights one of the spooky ladies, which was Alba Fire. Love my spooky ladies. I love my golf gals. Love them both. They both look good. I like their music too. Actually, speaking of music, like.
Yeah, I like
their music was fire too. It's like if I heard that with my eyes closed, like I could tell. It's like, oh, that's the spooky gals. Okay, cool. Like I'm not like it's not like it's not like all the other generic ass music that we hear, particularly with the women. But speaking of real quick, Logan needs to change his music too. There's a lot of people. We have to have a whole music. We might have to do a whole episode just talking about these niggas lame ass music, honestly. Because these music, like Logan, he's 90 overall with that booty ass music, bro. No one want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
I don't even.
This is what they get for trying to like in-house like control who makes the music. So now everybody has the same sounding music, which kind of like defeats the purpose of like having unique superstar interests and shit like that.
Yeah, because it can't just be.
But I get it. It protects you from having an Adam Copeland situation where he goes over to AEW and he has the band playing his music, or like that song is playing.
Right.
You control the whole image of the character.
Yeah, but then get a better producer, like, because all these songs sound like you can't. Anyway, great women's match. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I mean, Naomi looked good. She has a new submission move that's similar to her old submission move. Looks painful. I mean, I wouldn't mind if she put me in it, but it looks painful.
Good God, this man here, bro. It doesn't stop. It's just constantly rolling. You put me in it.
Hey, step on me. So yeah, Naomi wins.
That's funny.
And we get a backstage segment. We get a backstage segment, and Dakota's like, she runs into Bailey. She's like, "Yo, did you hear what they was talking? They was speaking some crazy shit." I'm in danger. I need some help. And Bailey,
I'm in
I
danger.
need help. And Bailey's like, man, and yeah, you could tell she's still hesitant to trust Dakota. And she's like, hey, bro, that might be your own problem. I thank you for last week, but y'all been talking shit about me for months, and now that the heat's on you, I'm supposed to just help you out. And
I'm supposed to sit back.
yeah. So that's cool that there's some story. I'm loving the story elements to that. I feel like Bailey's gonna turn around. Because that'll make like hypothetically, Dakota gets jumped. She's still injured. I mean, technically she is not cleared. So like hypothetically, she gets jumped.
Right.
Bailey comes for the rescue. That gets her a bigger baby face pop. So I could see them doing that. If maybe or maybe this is still a whole trick on Damage Control's part, and Dakota is just doing this. But either way, I think the story could pan out pretty good.
I was thinking, like, who evens the odds? It's like right now, let's say it is Dakota Bailey.
Mhm.
Who comes and helps them out?
For storytelling purposes, man, I would have to say Bianca. And the only reason I would say Bianca is because of how much she was beefing with Damage Control for like a year, and then having Bianca having Bailey get Bianca's trust is a good storytelling element, similar to like how Sammy had to earn KO's trust. But
Ooh.
I mean, that's just me. Yeah, that's just off the top. That's a freestyle. But
What if it's a you owe me one situation? I'll help you. When you get this belt, I'm first up.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it. That could easily be it. If they don't want to do Bianca, because again, Bianca was supposed to fight Charlotte, so she needs something to do for Mania, unless they really just unless they hold her off, which is fine. Not everyone can be at every Mania. It would be fine if she missed this one, but if they wanted to bring her in, yeah, like they could have a tag with her and Dakota versus Damage Control or something, or I mean, or Naomi could be the third. I don't know, but if I had to guess right now,
there's a lot of plausible people.
Yeah, no, I mean the roster. I mean, Shotzi's injured, but the roster's stacked. I mean, Meechin could use something to do. Goddamn.
It's true.
But yeah, if I had to guess right now, storytelling wise, Bianca seems like a good third.
I'm cool with that. I like that. Now we get into it. Wrapping the show up.
Yeah,
Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Wolf Dogs.
Yeah, Wolf Dogs, baby. NXT champion signs to SmackDown. Yeah, we talked about this last week. We both, I said he'd probably go to SmackDown, but we both agreed Raw would be a good choice just because of the hours and whatnot. But SmackDown, while it's on Fox, it is the sport.
It's the premier show.
It's the premier show. It's the more sport show. He's a freak athlete. It kind of makes sense. I think it's a good signing, and him versus Logan, him versus a lot of people, man. That's good. It's piqued my interest. I'm here for it. I like it.
I think there's a lot of foreshadowing because like last week it was Paul Heyman looking at him like, okay, that's a fine talent right there, which is kind of Django-esque Heyman, but you know what? I'll allow it. To see Braun on SmackDown makes sense. The idea of, or the same ideas I had with him going against Gunther, you can just apply that with Logan Paul. I think he's perfect in the mid card. I think ratings wise, Logan Paul versus Braun will be must see TV. Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, no, him being on the same show as a Paul Heyman definitely makes that easily set up. Honestly, I think they should keep him and Baron together for a while and bring Baron up with him.
Aren't they tag champs?
They're NXT tag champs, but I mean, I think Corbin's a free agent. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what show he's on technically, but all I'm saying is I would keep the Wolf Dogs together for a little bit because again, it's like Baron's best characters have been when he's funny, except for the very first time when he was the lone wolf. But Broke Corbin was some of his best work.
Yeah, Broke Corbin was funny. That was funny. It was irritating, but it was funny.
It was absolutely hilarious. I'd never seen a man so down bad. It was great.
having a bald man grow his hair out for a bit is crazy.
Man, it really
He was dedicated to the
yeah,
character.
he was. And then but yeah, him and Braun are really entertaining as what they're doing right now, and that can get over on the main roster too. And it gives SmackDown another good tag team, and it obviously doesn't have to be forever. I would just say, to me, I think they should bring them up together. But it looks like Braun is signed. I'm here for it. The descendant of the big booty daddy.
Good God.
Here to take over the blue brand. I'm here for it.
Let's do it. I'm cool with it. I think we're gonna see some interesting stuff from Braun. I hope the future is bright for him. I hope H puts him in the right angles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Especially because there's no VKM. I have no doubt that he will be in some kind of title picture. Money in the Bank, like he'll be in something pretty soon.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna get good spots, and he's decent on the mic already. In worst case, they could always pull the Heyman card and make him a Paul Heyman guy. So
merch is gonna sell too.
Yeah.
Like his merch is gonna go up. Like he's good.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about him. The first couple months might look iffy because again, like stories have already been planted, and it's WrestleMania season. But after Mania, shit's gonna get nice. And speaking of nice, let's the Bloodline comes out. Roman comes out, talking shit about Utah, which is very well deserved. Utah sucks. Roman says tonight is the greatest night ever. Some Cody chants pop out, and he's like, "Yeah, the guy that ruined everything." Then Roman says, "The Rock is in the Bloodline," and then that's when the music dropped. If you smell, and this big ass buff baby oiled man comes out with a sleeveless Versace shirt.
With the Versace shirt sleeveless.
It's good.
What,
it's good.
bro?
It's good shit. I mean,
flexing that's big money. You know how hard it is to find Versace in 3XL. Like the shit's made for like smaller, like mid. That's money, bro.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
And sleeveless. And then
sleeveless.
So one thing. All right. Well, there's actually a couple things, but during the entrance. Because this is the second or third time this man has done this. Why is he slapping his goddamn wrist like a mosquito just hit him?
The goosebumps.
Oh.
Yeah, every time they show the camera, it's the goosebumps that popped up on his arms.
Bro,
and he slaps his arm.
He's smacking his arm like he's looking for a good vein for the needle, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's weird.
Why is this man slapping his arm like he got fleas? Nah, he's just showing the goosebumps.
Okay. You see the goosebumps under all that baby oil, but
that's hilarious.
The Rock uses coconut oil. Anyway,
nah, you got it wrong. The Rock uses Johnson & Johnson. You got to get it correct, man.
Facts. So he comes out full heel, hits him by calling him the trailer park trash. Are you? My favorite line of this whole thing is, "Are you sure you want to boo the Rock?" There was something about that. I was like, man, he's finally acting. Dear God,
bro,
like put this effort into your movies.
No, bro. My favorite part, the man said, "Finally, you and your 50 wives and your 600 inbred grandchildren." I was like, "Oh, he is."
Yes, which again, very well deserved of Utah. Yeah, I wrote that part down too because I was like, yeah, all right, this is the Rock. This is, and he told a dude, "Shut your mouth, fatty," before he slaps the herpes off of him.
Bro, that one Rock was in his bag.
Yeah. Blames the crowd for ruining the match of a lifetime. And he's like, "Yeah, you guys had the match of a lifetime in your hands, and you guys threw it away. You threw it away, Cody crybabies." So okay, do you have anything else to say? Because I have 2 points about this that I don't want to go out of order, but how do you feel about this?
Like let's get into like the points. I want to see if your points match what I got, because I got some stuff I wrote down as well about this.
Okay,
but go for it.
So as far as some of the videos that we saw after this, since that with the tinfoil stuff, Okay, but before we get into that, The Rock is blaming the crowd, yada yada yada, saying, Cody, you think you could just do this and take away the great, like, what it frustrates me is because and maybe it's part of the character, and honestly, if it is part of the character, then they're doing a good job, because I was like, why is he doing this? But The Rock completely negates the fact that Cody won the Rumble. So the Cody winning the Rumble means he can choose whoever the fuck he wants. And then The Rock is just like, "Oh, I'm The Rock. This is my match, and you ruin the match." And it's like, you think you could just do whatever you want, or backtrack? And it's like, nigga, he won the Rumble. He can do this. He's allowed to do
He didn't
this.
make his choice.
Actually,
he didn't come out and choose nobody just yet.
So yeah, it's like, technically, yes, he is allowed to do this. So that was the only part that really, honestly, I don't want irritating is too big of a word, but or too serious. It's just, I don't know, it was just weird to me. It's like, maybe it's just the part of being, maybe it's the ego part. Maybe
it's just the heel work.
I think it's just the heel work. I think it's the shit that Seth was kind of talking about in the promo. Because that's wild to be like, you think you could just do whatever you want when this nigga had to survive 30 other men to get this match. I don't know. That's just wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you do whatever you want, bro. I didn't win this bitch twice to get back here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. I thought I was tripping last night, but yeah, and then it ends with, "Do you smell what the bloodline is cooking?" And then they put their ones up, but Rock's one is an L. And this is when we get into the conspiracy territory. But is there anything you wanted to say before we get into this conspiracy territory?
Okay, so before we get that, I have a conspiracy theory like tab for that. 'Cause I saw the L2. It's what he said when he ended the promo, where it's like, "Cody, your story is just ending. Our story is just beginning." Yep. The Bloodline, the most dominant duo in WWE sports and entertainment. So, is he saying, like, Cody, your story is ending, meaning that, like, you're gonna end, you're gonna get the belt, and your story is gonna end, and then Bloodline is the just beginning, meaning me and Roman's beef is just now going to start. This is me foreshadowing ahead, because I'm thinking like, oh, he's saying, Cody, your story's ending. Most people take it as like, oh snap, he's here to end Cody's story. Maybe it's like, yo, okay, get your shit, and then after that, we're gonna have the best fucking duo on whatever fucking show possible, like between Roman and The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, what if Roman and Rock is SummerSlam? Like, that's still a banger fucking match, bro. Like, that's still heat.
So all right. So the other thing, to piggyback all of that, the other thing that people noticed was that when he was like, "I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you lose," it looks like he's pointing at Roman. And I saw that point from different angles, and it does look like he's pointing at Roman when he says, "I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you lose at WrestleMania." So you plus that with what you just said, and then you plus that with the fact that he's throwing up, because again, this is conspiracy territory, you guys. I'm all right. 5 minutes, I'm going to tell you the Earth is flat. But no, seriously, he has the L up, and then so one of the tweets that I saw was like, L. Okay, so this WrestleMania is XL. The Roman numeral for 41, which would be next WrestleMania, is XL1 or XLI. So, what, like, essentially they were saying this is okay. So if you plus all three of those things, the thing you just said, the two things I just said, and you add what we talked about, like Rock said multiple times, that this is a long game story. I forgot what press conference was, but Paul Heyman was like, "We're still only in the third inning." So if you plus all those things together, Rock and Roman will probably be next Mania. So the thing is, here's the thing, to be in my Triple H. So here's where the speculation starts. Again, more conspiracy shit. Because there's certain people that are saying Cody and Rock are working together. There's other like, it was all just the work, and like Rock is going to help Cody get this belt by stopping Solo and Jimmy and Heyman, and then you have Seth to help as well. There's a other route where you can go, which is the route I think that I don't know. There's other route you could go where they have the tag team match, Seth and Cody, Rock and Roman. You get that next night. Cody beats Cody beats Roman for the title. Rock takes over the bloodline. You have Roman become a face, and you have Roman work his way up to fight The Rock again at next Mania. Either way, there's a lot of fucking ways that this can go, and I'm here for it. I'm happy that it's this route, but there's so many different avenues, or paths that they can take, to where, at this point, it's not even fantasy booking. At this point, it is tinfoil hat shit, because there's so much foreshadowing. There's so much foreshadowing.
This is true. I'll tell you what I have, what I wrote down, because I'm more so in the line with Rock taking over Bloodline. I got, maybe this is foreshadowing. Maybe Rock wasn't with him all along. Why would he join a group they ain't got nothing, that's been losing? It's like Roman doesn't get a clean win. Jimmy can't close out on matches. Solo's been on a losing streak. Why would Rock join the Bloodline? What does it benefit him? They've been losing. Like, he doesn't get nothing out of that. Basically, why wouldn't he join a faction that hasn't been dominant? Like, and this is heel Rock, by the way. This isn't face Rock looking, I'm going to help the family. No, this is Versace, Black Shade, Hollywood Rock. Like, I'm here y'all wasting my time. We over here losing? Like, nah. So I could see Rock doing the whole angle where, like, he kicks Roman out the Bloodline, or he just complete gets rid of the Bloodline. Roman goes away for a little bit. People have Roman on ice. Rock does his pop-up appearances, maybe like through like Twitter or whatever, so that he can still do his fucking shit. But maybe Rock fucks up, WWE a little bit, in kayfabe, of course. And then you build up just the momentum of when Roman comes back, or Rock shows up at the show in Miami. Roman pops up like, nah, this ain't over. You took everything from me. Now I got to come get you. Like,
yeah,
I can see that angle.
Which I think, if it goes that route, which I think that's the route that they're going to go to, personally. It also plays on Cody's promo from last year, when he was like, "What's going to happen when Jimmy or Jay eventually leaves you, and then Jimmy, and then you're right. A man without the wise man, you're a tribe without a chief, or a chief without a tribe."
Nothing's better than seeing, like, those, even like in like anime, the comeback angle, when like the hero goes through something, they got to come back. Like, that's the best story.
Yeah,
it seemed like when you was on top, and then like you came back and got your shit. Think of it in the aspect of, like, fuck, any Marvel movie we seen, like, when Tony lost his suits, I think it was like Iron Man 2 or whatever, when he lost all his fucking gear.
3.
He went back to the lab. Or 3, 3. Yeah, he lost all his suits and came back, and he was that guy. So, like, I think that's a great story for Roman. Like, he loses, he goes on ice a little bit, come back, and now he Mark III Tony Stark.
Yeah, and also, it makes like, to be to be the final villain, for the final boss, for like 3-4 years, just to get overshadowed by your more evil, bigger cousin, is also a good story. Like, him finally getting humbled and have everything taken away from him, and then now he has to fight the fucking Rock. Like you, and if you build that correctly, that's easily. Everyone wants this match at Mania, so they can build this shit all the way till Mania, because they're both part timers anyway. So I think that's the route they're going to go. But they have a lot of different. They did not book themselves in a corner at this point in time. Like, they have different routes that they can go, and I think, as a fan, this is a really exciting time, now that we know what's happening.
It's good shit.
Now that we're not. And now that we're not Cody crybabies, I think we're doing good.
I'm down with it. Yeah. I like it.
But man, we went long pause, so
we definitely went over it. This is for the fans. It's for y'all. We went over it. With that being said, I'm just gonna get out my match of the week. We won't go into Rampage, although I did watch Rampage and I did like it. My match of the week was on Rampage this week, and it was between Queen Aminata versus Anna Jay.
Yes, which
I've been talking for like 2 weeks now, where I need more from Queen Aminata. I need to see something, and like, this match was it. Like, this was a great match between her and Anna Jay. So much so that I left notes about this match, to where it was like, this needs to be a feud that's carried over. The chemistry between both of these women was something that, we got to do this over again. Like, y'all run matches between Swerve and them 4 or 5 times or whatever, and like, they need to run this one back, because they have it. Like, the chemistry was great. just a great show of talent. So if you were watching this, or if y'all out there want to see a great match, check out Rampage this week, or yesterday, as of 2 days ago when this came out. It was great. Amanat is a great star. She definitely has it for sure.
She's awesome, and she's
and a J too.
and she's officially all elite now. That, which I found it funny that it took her to get a W to be officially all elite. But either way, she's officially all elite.
Yeah, from what I
so
I seen that she was like signed in January, but they just gave her the graphic like this week.
After the W, they finally gave her the graphic. Like
they finally gave her the graphic.
All right, here you go. Down. Here, nigga, down.
Here you go. You show that you go.
Yeah, but she
great match.
She's awesome.
Definitely check that out.
She's awesome. Hell yeah. I guess I didn't have a match of the week. If I had to pick right now, I would say the 6-man with New Day and Imperium. New Jay, excuse me.
Yep.
New Jay and Imperium.
New Jay.
Yeah, that was like that slap is. I might have to find that.
That
shit is hilarious.
That's a great spot. Bro.
That shit is fucking hilarious.
He slapped him like a toddler looking for a hot dog.
Like, the way he climbed in the rope, it's like, man. I didn't run that shit back, but
yeah. That was a great spot. Yeah. With that, we gonna get out of here, you guys. That was episode 4. We're now episode 4.
Yeah,
episode 4.
Baby. Next week is a milestone.
For sure. So, hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back on the next one for episode 5, and we'll catch you guys later.
All right, love you guys.
Peace.
Step on me.
Good God.